is extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with any other offers. See website for terms and conditions.
And we got a lot to get into. 4 o'clock, it's Coyotes and Rangers. Diamondbacks and Phillies at 5, and Suns hosting the Trailblazers at 7. We got some afternoon baseball today, Game 2 of the ALCS with Houston and Texas, with Texas getting that first win last night. That game is coming up here in about a half hour. But we are live out here for the CAZ Monday Night Tailgate. We've been doing it for years. It's Cowboys and Chargers. We do it every Monday night. We've been doing it for 20-plus years, where you come on down, you watch football, and win cash just for watching football. We do it in many ways. The Kickoff Challenge, which is currently over $1,000. We do props, squares. That's all here. It's all free. You just got to be here. And then you got to check out the new sports book. So there's lots of sports to bet tonight if you're going to come down. So it's a Monday Night Tailgate here at Casino, Arizona. As the Diamondbacks, let's get right to it. They're going to face the Phillies. Game 1, National League Championship Series in Philadelphia. What a great way to start in Philly on a Monday to get the week going. And Zach Gallen, going back to where he grew up, where I grew up right near him. He went to Bishop Eustis, which was about 20 minutes from where I grew up. And he grew up a big, big Phillies fan. His mom and parents all go to games all the time. And now he gets an opportunity to face them in the playoffs in the NLCS, and an opportunity to make a huge name for himself.
You know, I got to tell you what, guys. I mean, this is one of those series where you got 2 teams that got hot at the end of the year. Diamondbacks were sluggish at the end of the year, losing 5 out of 7 the last 4 in a row, and they made it, but they got out at the right time. Have not lost a game yet in the playoffs, 5-0. You look at the same thing. Look at the Phillies. I mean, just hot teams. They lost one. Hot teams, bullpen, starting rotation. You just look at the experience that the Phillies had last year. Same scenario, right? Deja vu all over again for them to come through the wild card scenario last year and win the National League pennant, and then pretty much take the Astros to the mat, if you will, before the Astros won the World Series. So you hope that the Diamondbacks don't get too caught up in all of the minutia going around this game. Just stay focused, play your game, and hopefully the bullpen, starting rotation, and you have your top of the lineup. That means Marte and Corbin Carroll can stay hot like they have during the series.
Key for me in this game is going to be Zach Gallen, and if he doesn't give up early runs in the first couple of innings, if he is solid through those first couple, then I will start to feel pretty good about the Diamondback chances. But for me, that is the key, because we have seen him give up runs early, but Philly, they just have so many great hitters, power hitters, and they can run on the bases as well. If he gets through the first couple, then I believe that Diamondbacks have a real shot.
Well, I think the other thing we saw during the playoffs was the Diamondbacks come back. They get a lead initially in a couple of games. They jump on top of it. But the thing I think toward the end of the year, guys, is that they were able to come back.
They came back Milwaukee,
and the way that they've got that resolve. And I don't think anything really bothers these guys, the way they keep their poise, where they just kind of keep the ball in play and then just rely on their bullpen to shut down the opposing team.
Here's the lineup: Carroll, Marte, Pham, Walker, Moreno, Gurriel, Thomas, Lagoria, and Perdomo. Mm-hmm. That's your starting lineup for Game 1. Part 3 is what the Diamondbacks
part of it. That's pretty much what Torey Lovullo went with, especially the Dodger series. kind of kept that intact. He would flip Carroll and Ketel Marte periodically, but I think the last 2 games, Corbin Carroll was the leadoff batter. Either one of those guys is fine at the leadoff.
Yeah.
Your State 48 Roofing, it's your call question. Of course, it has to do with the Diamondbacks. Which one of these 4 must the D-backs do to win this series? Stay hot hitting, have a shutdown rotation, have a shutdown bullpen, or the most obvious, all of the above. You can go vote on our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch, and always for a free quote, go to state48roofing.com. But yeah, it's I had all.
All of the above.
I said, guys, I went with the bullpen. I just because in a 7-game series, you're not going to get perfect rotation at all. I think they'll continue to hit the ball well like they have. But I just look at past series. It's just the bullpen's coming in and shutting down the opposing team when that starter gets in trouble, and then you got the guys try to get those timely hits. The only thing that you're leery about with this Diamondback team, they still have left a lot of runners on base, even during the playoff series, the first 2 runners in scoring position. They were still at the end of the year one of the worst in Major League Baseball. And I think the one playoff game, the only one, the second one against the Dodgers, they were 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Pretty good, clutch hitting. But aside from that, they're 1 for 8, 1 for 9, 1 for 10. So if there's a couple of categories, it's when they get base runners on, they're going to have to move them along, and they're going to have to get runs if you're going to beat this Phillies team who can just put runs on by the bunches.
Well, it's the D-backs' first 5 hitters in the lineup. They can repeat what they did against the Dodgers. I think it's going to be they'll be all right. But the problem is Zach Wheeler has been very impressive in the first in his 2 postseason outings. He struck out 8 batters, allowed only 1 earned run on 5 hits, and 6 2/3 against the Marlins. And then he dominated the Browns for their first 5 innings in Game 2. Braves did not score a run until the 6th inning when he surrendered a 2-run dinger to cut the deficit for Atlanta by a run. That's the key. Is they got some really good pitchers, and and Aaron Nola tomorrow, he's 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA. He's been on fire too. So if they can split, boy, that would be awesome. It would just split. If they could shut down Harper and Turner and Castellanos, and we can see who's Carroll. I mean, are we going to see the Corbin Carroll that we saw all season? The MVP, the I shouldn't say MVP, the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can see him continue what he has done, he's 7 of 17 with 2 homers and a couple steals in these 5 postseason games. His power. We talked last week about how the Phillies have had a lot of success against pitching against guys like Carroll. But this is one of 11 players at 25 home runs and 50 steals this year. So if he can keep those numbers going, I mean, what an overwhelming rookie year. If he can continue that, they're going to need him and a few others to really make a difference.
Well, I think some of the Major League Baseball All-Star to come about, but I think those 2 kind of set the table. And I mean, I got to tell you, the first 3 games of the playoffs. Corbin Carroll Daniel hitting 500, just putting the bat on the ball. And I think another guy that can, with his speed and his ability, is Alek Thomas. If Alek Thomas gets his chance, I think Gurriel, he's going to have to step up like he did in a couple of those games. But some of the power bats, i.e. Walker and Gurriel and Moreno, if he's completely healthy, Moreno's kind of that de facto. I mean, here he's a rookie catcher with the power in his bat and handling this staff and this bullpen. I think it's been unprecedented. Talk about another pure rookie that's just done a hell of a job for this Diamondbacks team. The way he's handled the staff all throughout, not only the season, but all throughout the playoffs.
This is going to be a lot of fun, and I think Game 1 will indeed set the tone no matter who wins or loses, because then you will feel the pressure. If what Rock stated, if they get out with a split, let's say the Diamondbacks win tonight, then Philly feels the pressure in Game 2. Diamondbacks are then playing with house money. If it's the other way around, then it's the D-backs feeling the pressure, and it is Philly trying to put the kibosh on Arizona to try to go up 2 games tonight.
Yeah, but you go 2 and you come back, you got 3.
That's it.
You got an afternoon game and then 2 night games. I think that's sometimes a saving grace. You go down 0-2. I agree, Jim. It's tough to get back into a series when a team is down 0-2, but if you come back on your own home cooking and get a chance to even it up and then have 1 extra game before you go back to Philly, you can only hope for the best on that one.
Other news, the Arizona Cardinals, they can't close it. They were outscored 20-0 after halftime their loss to the Rams. They have had some pretty bad third and fourth quarters over the last 3 weeks as they've been outscored 51-12 in the second half. And Manuch, I got to lean on it or get you to respond to this. The more I watch Josh Dobbs, the more I realized why.
Yeah,
he's Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Rock. I watched that last night and rolled back and forth, and you looked at one play as far as he's getting a little anxious and not setting his feet is on that interception to Zach Ertz in the second half. He threw it behind him. I could tell he's starting to pre-select because you had Rondale Moore come in motion across behind him. He goes in motion, goes up, runs a choice route on a linebacker. He comes inside. He's wide open for a touchdown. He looks to see Ertz break it out, and his feet he's off balance. His left foot's going left. He's throwing right. He throws behind him. That's where that interception happened.
Right.
I mean, they're driving down the field to get back into this game to get with, I think they were 2 possessions down, 1 possession. If he just reads the middle, reads that linebacker, I'm going to go with the choice route with Rondale Moore on a linebacker. Either the linebacker or the nickelback came in motion. He catches the ball. He walks into the end zone. So when I watch Dobbs, I see a guy that's not really, he's starting to forcing to throw it off his back foot. Now, he had that Aaron Donald and that front 3 and front 4 in his grill the whole game. So there's a lot of things that he's starting to revert back. And I think I looked at him, okay, this kid's a solid backup quarterback by some of the things he wasn't able to do, or he should have done, 5-6 games into the year.
We talked a little bit about this last week where now other teams, meaning their defensive coordinators, they now have a book on him.
And not only him, but the offense.
And the offense.
Yeah.
That is correct. And I think now you're going to see that start to play out.
And the best friend of a backup quarterback, trust me, I know this, is having a hell of a running back. James Conner was out.
Yep.
And he technically, they say 35 to 40% of the offense.
Yeah.
They really couldn't do anything. And they got manhandled at the line of scrimmage in the second half. When you only have 5 yards rushing, that being the Rams, and then you come out and get 175 in the second half alone. By the way, Sean McVay ran the ball 7 times in a row for 6 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, 9 yards, 10 yards.
That's why he's got Super Bowl.
You know what? That's right, Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, you know what?
He has to adjust.
We can pound the ball on these guys. And they did. They came out the second half.
Yep.
And
Well,
then
it's a long touchdown drive right away.
Yep.
And then how the Cardinals respond, 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then again, in opportunistic penalties at the wrong time. And that Cooper Kupp guy's not bad either,
He's
is
not
he?
a bad player.
No.
Out of Eastern Washington.
Yeah,
He
not bad.
loves to play against the Arizona Cardinals. Hey, we are out here at the CAZ Sports Bar, Sports Book, the home of the Roc and Manuch Lagers, soon to be the Roc and Manuch Amber. Come watch the game, bet the game. Join us tonight. Doors open at around 4 o'clock for the games. You can watch them all. We'll have them. And why not come down and watch some football, win some money, and also watch baseball with the Diamondbacks and Phillies. So it's here at the CAZ Sports Book and Bar, located on the 101 in McKellips. Can't miss it. It's Monday Night Tailgate, Cowboys and Chargers. Well, coming up, our Valley Chevy Dealers NFL Sounds of the weekend, specifically yesterday's NFL action. It's got some from some former Arizona Cardinals as well. I'll share. That's next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on The Drive, Diamondbacks going to Citizens Bank Park and shock the Philly faithful, or will the Phillies give the Diamondbacks a rude awakening? A full Game 1 recap, 6:05 on The Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
A homeowner just like you
decides
to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate Razor, while others need a Gillette Anti-Chafe Stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time for the Valley Chevy Dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, before we get to some football sounds from yesterday, we got to give some love to the Arizona Coyotes. Big win to open the season against the New Jersey Devils on Friday night. And you're about to hear from Logan Cooley, who had 2 assists in the game. So 2 points in his NHL debut. Somebody that we are really high on. I know many of you that are Coyote fans are. He's only 19 years old. But listen carefully to his post game and how he really sounds as though he has been there before.
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly my first real test of NHL hockey. Obviously, preseasons, still have a lot of young prospects. So to finally get out there against, a top-end team like them, obviously they had unreal playoffs last year. And, it was a really good test for us, but I loved our, resiliency through the game. Stay a little more disciplined, but just the way we bounced back during that third period and stayed with it, it shows you what type of team we have.
Good Pittsburgh kid. How about that?
Very mature.
He talked about, we need to be a little bit more disciplined. I mean, he was the first game, and he's already telling his teammates what they need to do. I love that.
You
take control. He's going to be a leader. Maybe he'll get the C.
He is a real player.
Somebody needs to get the C. Somebody needs to get that C.
All right, let's get to some bird droppings, some post-game locker room with the Arizona Cardinals. Let's start with the quarterback, Josh Dobbs, on dealing with Aaron Donald of the Rams.
As I always say, there's always things that you did well on, and there's always ways you can improve. Obviously, they're more accentuated when you don't win. So we got to dive into the film and figure out those 2-3 plays, how we can be better.
I think I played the wrong one. Let's go to Josh Dobbs on the team playing better, which is what that one was. I think this is Aaron Donald.
We knew plays.
My bad. They're just labeled differently.
He had a couple of tackles for loss, put us behind the sticks. We were able to overcome a lot of that, though. So he's a great player, man. My hats off to him.
A lot of pressure in his face from that front four, especially Aaron Donald.
Oh, sure.
He was having his way. And the other thing I was watching, some of the end zone shots from the other side is that Josh Dobbs had to really stay over the top of the ball, like he's having to really over-exaggerate, staying over the top, and coming down because of the rush. And his accuracy is off. He was barely 50% yesterday. Accuracy was off. His feet were off. So he was anxious. That rush made him anxious. He missed a lot of easy throws. And that one in the first half to Hollywood, he hurried that. If he throws it a little bit further, a little more top, that's a touchdown. And then the one, as I mentioned earlier, to Zach Ertz, his feet were a little cattywampus, as I like to say.
Okay.
If he throws that ball outside, Ertz gets it, threw it behind him. That's where the pick happened. But if he keeps his eyes up the field, he's got a touchdown with Rondale Moore running an option or choice route against the back or the safety. So you could tell with his inaccuracy, that being Josh Dobbs, he just was a little unnerved. And I think he's probably paying attention too much to that pass rush. And especially number 99.
Well, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. You
got to.
I think the other thing too is where you miss James Connors. He was a hell of a blocking back too.
I agree with that.
He gets in there and he feels comfortable. And look, the Cardinals went max protect a few times, and they still pushed that pile back into his face.
Yeah, you bring up Hollywood. It should be Marquise. I mean, he's no Hollywood in my mind. 23 of 53 targets, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns. There's a report today by Heavy Sports and Heavy on Chiefs, as Chiefs are urged 2 draft picks for him.
Well, it's interesting.
Take those draft picks.
Yeah, absolutely. Go get him.
At this point,
but
move him.
he should have had a touchdown that throw. That throw's just a little underthrown there. He's been open. I'm surprised they haven't had more home runs with him, Rock, to your point. I really feel that he's got the speed. He can beat guys on the horizontal passing in the crossers, which is fine.
He's fast.
But he's fast. And I'm just surprised Rondale Moore, they're using him a lot more like a Deebo Samuel running back and a few short routes. You know, that one 5-yard out that Josh Dobbs missed him in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's a first down. You know, he missed him high and away. But I'm not seeing the home run capability with the guys that can run on this team.
Here's Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon on the Rams' late field goal, which swung the momentum in that first half.
You know, first half had some chances, maybe put some more points on the board, would have helped us in the second half there, gave up a field goal at the end of the 2-minute. I thought that gained some momentum from that.
True.
It did.
It happens a lot in this team.
I think the Rams got tired of messing around as well, too, as bad as they played. I mean, nothing but field goals in that first half. You're going, man, what an ugly game this is. And then I think, Sean McVay, to your point, Rock, that this staff adjusted, and they just came out and pounded the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively, getting the stops. And to go down and get, 5 yards rushing the first half, 170-some yards rushing the second half alone. I mean, and doing it easily. I mean, it was like they were running against air because Williams would get to the second level, and there was nobody there to stop him.
Here's Jonathan Gannon on the team needing to play better.
Yeah, I think it starts with me first, you know, but we got the guys in the locker room to do it. I know that. I don't question their toughness or effort. I think it's just got to come down to the details of what we're doing.
I think they're just getting outplayed, guys. I mean, they got effort. They just don't have the talent. I mean,
there you go.
You got a banged-up secondary. You got both your safeties out.
Yep.
You replaced your rookie corner, Clark, early in the third quarter. So you just got a bunch of dudes back there. Marco Wilson, they stayed away from him on that side. But you got Higbee, you got Cooper Kupp, Nakuo, and you got that group just running roughshod. But he was getting protection too.
All right, we'll continue with our sounds of the night and afternoon. Eagles and 49ers are no longer perfect. The game with the 49ers and Browns came down to a 41-yard field goal, and here it is.
Mooney, no good!
What a way to lose that game.
I was shocked that he missed that.
Well, he missed one in the first half.
Well, the weather was pretty windy.
Yeah.
I mean, your boy Brock was
slipping a little bit,
hold the ball.
But yeah, the way he led that team down the field, getting the field goal range to win that game, but he missed another one. He pushed them both right in the first half and one in the second half.
Jalen Hurts, 3 picks, 4 turnovers. First time the Jets have defeated the Eagles in franchise history after 13 matchups. Here's the winning touchdown for the New York Jets.
We welcome those of you who are watching Arizona and the Rams on first down into the end zone. Breece Hall in for the touchdown, and the Jets take the lead. We welcome those of
Yeah.
Well, that previous game was a dreadful game in the second half. So now let's get to a game that's really meaningful. And you got a chance to see the Jets with the 8-yard run by Breece Hall. All right, Manuch, let me fire this one at you. So I watched that run, that touchdown run by Breece Hall.
Yes.
Nobody went to tackle him.
Could you just?
What the hell was that?
Well, hey, tackling's kind of a lost art in the National Football, if you noticed.
Okay.
I mean, Breece Hall. I mean, another Iowa State flash.
He is.
But
he's good.
He was bound and determined. How about just push him out of bounds?
Yeah, I'll work.
Just stop the guy. How about just push him out of bounds?
Hey, I have some highlights of former Arizona Cardinals. Byron Murphy, of course, a local product. Want to know how he's doing with the Minnesota Vikings as they beat the Bears 19-3. Here's his first pick as a Viking.
Coming up on the 2 minute. 1 minute. Bajan lets it fly, but it's a duck and it's intercepted. Byron Murphy picked it off. Oh, then he fumbles it. And they're fighting for it right around the 45-yard line. But it is going to be Minnesota's football.
And quickly, Christian Kirk, also a local guy, now at the Jacksonville Jaguars for the last couple of years. Here's his 29-yard touchdown in their big win over the
Indianapolis
Colts.
One of the best games of his career last week. Lawrence has it shot wide open. Christian Kirk, touchdown.
Cardinals can use both of those guys. Hey, you want to win a big screen TV? We're giving away 5 of them. Just text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rate supply. And we start every Thursday at one of the Valley Twin Peaks. This week will be at the Deer Valley location, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. Well, the Cardinals, of course, got hammered 26-9 with virtually no offense. Will there be much of a difference when he comes back, or if he comes back? We'll catch up with the former NFL quarterback Rudy Carpenter next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals dropped to 1-5 of the season after their loss to the Rams yesterday. They're just 2-12 against their division rivals since the 2017 season. The Suns take on the Blazers in a rematch of Thursday's preseason contest. The Coyotes are back on the ice to face the Rangers in New York in their second game of the season. Connor Ingram mans the crease. U of A men's hoops is 11th in the USA Today men's basketball coaches poll preseason rankings. Couple of hours away from game 1 of the NLCS between the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. Zach Gallen and Zach Wheeler is the opening game pitching matchup. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Sign up today for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Listener Appreciation President's Putting Cup Classic at Putting World in Scottsdale. Wednesday, October 25th at 5 p.m. The guys are live from 1 to 4. Then we'll host a special 36-hole putting tournament. The cost is just $9.10. That's right, just $9.10. Eat, drink, and putt with the guys and listeners. Tons of prizes and only $9.10 to play per person. Get your twosome or foursome now. Sign up at rockandmanuch.com. Space is limited. That's rockandmanuch.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement battery. That's what is number one. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
To Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910.
Rudy's ready.
Live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Here to talk football is former Sun Devil quarterback, who, by the way, went 3-1 against that team in Tucson.
Carpenter going to go up with time, steps up, looks end zone, got a man, McGahey, touchdown! And Rudy Carpenter threw that right into the teeth, into the strength of the Wildcat defense.
Rudy Carpenter, now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910 on 99.9 HD2.
Rudy now joins us on the Right to It guest line here on a Monday. And I want to dive right into it, Rudy. When you watch Josh Dobbs, to me, you Manuch, you guys played the game at a very, very high level. I'm, as a GM, an armchair GM, I watch him and I say, he's getting worse. Is that possible? That, or we know who he really is now after, 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think, it's probably true that after 6 weeks, you have a much better idea of who Josh Dobbs is. And I think at the end of the day, Josh Dobbs is probably a good backup quarterback. He's the guy that can come in and, get you through a game. He's a guy that can come in and make some plays for you. He can use his legs and make some plays for you. But at the end of the day, I just, in order to become a really good starting quarterback that can play with a high efficiency, that can play with good accuracy, and that can play really at a high level, I just think it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of development. It takes a lot of practice. It takes preseason games. It takes seasons of play. It's not like this guy's ever gone in there and just been a regular starter. So I just don't really know what people expected of him. Again, the Arizona Cardinals were expected to be a bad football team this year. They were expected to be bad, in my view, even with Kyler Murray. So I just don't really know what people expected Josh Dobbs to do. With that being said, I really thought that he was not accurate yesterday, and because of that, and because of the inaccuracies that he had, I think that really stuck out yesterday.
Rudy, I pointed that out in our opening segment, that his footwork was really all over the place. Prime example, that interception when he's throwing the ball to Zach Ertz. Number one, he missed the read to Rondale Moore on that choice route or option route where he was open, but his feet were literally parallel with himself. There was nothing up the field when he threw it off balance, and that ball was behind him where they got the pick. So a lot of that I know is anxiousness when you got Aaron Donald et al. In your face the whole game. But a lot of it, too, is I just expected him to be a little more mechanically sound. But when you get a rush like that and lack of your running back in the game, sometimes exposes your warts.
Yeah, I think, lack of your starting running back being in the game hurts, but I also think this offensive line is just average at best, and I think the St. Louis Rams have one of the best pass rushes in all of football, and Aaron Donald makes it very, very difficult. So, it's a tough situation. I mean, to me, if I'm just being honest, based on watching the Arizona Cardinals, I actually think the team is pretty well coached. I think that the coaching staff does a pretty good job of trying to give this team a chance to win football games. They've been in every game, basically. But I think they just really have a lack of talent. And I think yesterday that was exposed. They have a lack of talent all over the football field.
I'm a little surprised that he's not looking, meaning Josh Dobbs, for his tight ends as much like he didn't really, like McBride and Ertz. The second half in the fourth quarter, Ertz had a couple of catches, but for me, Rudy, I mean, you're a former QB in the league. Isn't that kind of like your bailout guy? Those tight ends.
I mean, you always hear people talk about that on TV. You always hear that, but like based on what I know about playing football, is you have three kinds of reads. You have a 2x2 formation where one side is a single high side, and the other side is designed to beat 2D. Whatever the defense is playing, that's the progression. I don't know if that's going to be the tight end side or not. I'm just going where the defense tells me to go, right? The next type of scheme is a full field read. And again, I'm going to throw the ball where the defense tells me to throw it to based on the coverage and the matchup. And if that means the tight end, then it means the tight end. If it means the number one wide receiver, then it means the number one wide receiver. So I don't really know. The other thing is you have, an offense that is progression, but it's also man-to-man coverage. So you're really just picking people out based on matchups, right? And that's where you see some of these go balls to a Hollywood Brown or whoever it may be. So I just look. I get it. There's times where you're just going to say, "Screw it. Who's my best player? Him. I'm throwing him the football." I guess. But to me, the offense is really, hey, we're in a 2x2. I got a single high beater and a 2 deep beater. What's the coverage? 2 deep. I'm working this side of the field. Is the tight end there? Yes, no, I don't know. This is a progression. So then you got a full field read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to find an answer somewhere. So to me, it's hard to say like, hey man, why aren't you just dropping back and throwing the ball to your tight end? He's supposed to be your bailout guy. I mean, I get that people say that on TV all the time. It's just like when I hear people say, "Oh man, the quarterback, why are you staring down your target?" And I'm like, what is he supposed to do? Like throw it blindfolded? Is he supposed to look to the right and just blindly throw it to the left to a guy? Like, well, what is this? Like a look off to me is a natural look off. You're going through your progression. Yep. You're staring at number one. The guy covers number one, so you quickly react to number two and throw him the football, right? So I don't know. Like to me, like I said, in my view, this is a situation where you have an offensive line that couldn't match up against that front seven of the St. Louis Rams, and it's as simple as that.
And really, to your point, I mean, a lot of it's his execution because they're, to that point with Hollywood going up the right side, he was open and just underthrown. But you got to get down, give him a chance to go get that, and then in that fourth quarter, you had a chance to get a first down and matriculate the ball down the field, and he misses Rondale Moore on like a flare route to the outside, which is an easy first down. So, to your point about the coaching, I think that they've got the right plays, or there's just a lack of execution or misexecution from the offensive side of the field.
Well, they also had a deep ball to Hollywood. I mean, I don't know, like, what do you want me to do as a coach? I walk in there into the meetings, I'd be like, what do you want me to do, bud? You know what I mean? Like, I called the play, we got the coverage, he was open, he threw the ball 5 yards out of bounds. Figure it out, buddy. And to me, it's really hard to sit back and blame Josh Dobbs. I mean, it's like the guy's only been here for a little bit. We give Kyler Murray, all kinds of the last couple of years, all kinds of, oh hey man, it's not your fault we're not executing or whatever it may be. But I mean, playing quarterback is really, really, really difficult in the NFL, and it's even more difficult when you show up 17 days before the first game and you're expected to be the starter. It's difficult.
And that the passing game, i.e. for Sean McVay, and when you have your two top safeties out and you're replacing rookie, rookies, corners with other rookie corners, what have you. The passing game, I should say running game, talk about running game in the second half, but to watch Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp in that passing game against a very limited defense was pretty much an advance by Sean McVay in that second half.
Yeah, again, to me, that's what I'm talking about when you talk about talent. I mean, to me, Cooper Kupp is a great receiver, great route runner, very instinctual player, high IQ, great catch radius. I mean, he's a good player. But it's also, very obvious that the Arizona Cardinals lack talent in the defensive secondary. They just do. Cooper Kupp could get open anytime he wants. Stafford could drop back, throw him the football. They did an okay job getting pressure. I thought at times the defensive staff did a good job about, showing all-out blitz and then dropping out guys, showing all-out blitz and bringing them, trying to mix up the look for Stafford. But again, to me, when you look at matchup for matchup, it's just pretty apparent that most teams across the board have more talent than the Arizona Cardinals have right now.
Rudy Carpenter's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Rudy, I'm real curious. What are they going to do to try to beef up their ground game, or can they? I mean, they just picked up dudes off the practice squad, throw them in right away for the game. Do they have any chance at all to improve the ground game with James Conner out?
Again, I mean, I think that they can try and try to force feed it a little bit. Maybe try to add more quarterback runs to make them, have to defend another player in the run game. But again, when you look at this offensive line, is this an offensive line that you feel, if you're, this coaching staff, do you feel really, really comfortable about who this offensive line is? I mean, you picked a guy in the first round last year as an offensive lineman, and to me, I mean, would it be totally wrong if you went offensive line again in this next year's draft? I don't know, but it's not like this is an offensive line that people would see as one of the better offensive lines in the NFL. They're struggling right now. They really are.
You like the D-backs tonight, or maybe a split in the first two? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, that would be great. I mean, ultimately, the Diamondbacks are so hot right now, and baseball is just a super funny sport like that. I mean, I guess most sports are, but I mean, to me, baseball is real funny. They play so many games, and you just never know when teams are going to get hot. And right now, it just seems like the Arizona Diamondbacks are hot and have so many different things on their side. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond in Philly, and obviously having to travel back and forth across the country. A good fan base in Philly. It's going to be really fun, interesting. I mean, obviously fun for the Valley. You got, at least two of the sport teams, here with the Suns and the Diamondbacks who are making deep playoff pushes, and it makes it more fun for the city.
Big time. It's hasn't been like this in a long time, as you know, Rudy. It's been pretty tough for the black cloud over the city, and this Cardinal team. I don't see the light for a long time with them. It's, if you are offered 2 draft picks right now for Marquise Brown, do you take it?
Depending on where those draft picks are.
True.
But most likely, I mean, look, like I'd even say this, like Dennis Gardeck, right? Mm-hmm. Like, he's a great player. He tries his ass off. He works hard. Like, he's more like me, than 1 minute. Than like I'm like Cam Newton or something, right? Like, just regular sized, normal, like, guy on the street, right? So I root for guys like that. But in the NFL, I mean, like, compare Dennis Gardeck to, like, these other freak pass rushers in the NFL, like Myles Garrett or whoever else. And it's like, no offense, but, like, that's who you're trying to win with. Mm-hmm. That's who you're trying to win. You're trying to win with a guy that's a special teams player, as your best defensive pass rusher. I mean, it's just hard to win that way.
Yeah, it's very tough. Rudy, we always appreciate you,
man.
That's
not a shot at Dennis either.
No.
All right, guys.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, it brings up a good point. I mean,
it's great.
This team has got a lot of good guys.
Yeah, they do, but you got to play at the hand you're dealt, too. If he can't go make any moves, and Dennis Gardeck's your next best thing.
You got to go with him.
You got to go with him. I mean,
and you hope he gets better.
Yeah, and he
by
plays
giving
hard,
the opportunity.
Plays hard, runs hard, tackles hard. I mean, if he can just stay healthy. I think what Rudy alluded to, when guys start going down, they just don't have the talent. They just don't.
Hey, Rudy is brought to you today by All City Towing as they continue to grow, and they are hiring. Go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. SportsBook.com. Well, Deion Sanders was mocked on SNL on Saturday after he was truly disturbed by his loss, which I love it. And now we find out that his kid, the quarterback, decided to post on Instagram at halftime about pushing some of the merchandise that he is selling. Football at 50 is next. It's Rock from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
We don't think there's any such thing as overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com. Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results.
No, I got
150,000.
I'm going to grab the SNL bit, so I got that.
Injuries. When it comes to reputation,
and then the YouTube video that Rock put in there too, I'm grabbing that. It's all we need.
Best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th. For ASU's homecoming. Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go. Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000. Touchdown, Devil!
It just, it's like going to be like 30, 40 seconds. Or like he's calling goes through the teams and like USC, blah, 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 all the teams that have better records than him.
Listening with Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra headphones. Breakthrough Bose immersive audio makes everything sound more natural than ever. World-class noise cancellation gets quieter than any Bose headphone yet. And the high-fidelity audio is tailored to your ears only. So highs hit harder, bass drops deeper, and you feel every note of the track. This is leveled up listening. Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra headphones. Dive in deeper at bose.com/iHeart.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on incredible specials you need for fall. Like 55 to 65% off dressy and everyday coats for him and for her. 30 to 60% off dazzling fine jewelry during our diamond sale. And 65% off comfy sheets and bedding from Charter Club Damask to stay warm on cooler nights. Plus, download the app for even more great deals at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
You're live.
Ready for football! It's Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Real quick, before we get to football, Texas has jumped all over Houston 4-0 in the first inning in Game 2. Texas got the one-game lead right now. But let's get to football at 50. If you had an opportunity on Saturday night to watch SNL and their weekend update, Kenan Thompson decided to portray Deion Sanders. And if you knew what happened on Friday night, which I thought was just wonderful,
It was
as
nuts.
they're up 29-0 and ended up losing in double overtime to a very bad Stanford team, the Cardinal. But here is just part of this interview that I encourage you to download and check it out on YouTube. It's about 11 minutes. We're going to play just about 30, 40 seconds, but outstanding portrayal of Deion Sanders by Kenan Thompson.
What about me makes you think that I care about what you think about me? You don't understand that my team has it all, man. Coaching, genius. Offense, explosive. Defense, try it. But come on, man, nobody's perfect. Name one team that's undefeated.
Okay, well, there's Georgia.
Right.
Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State.
That's another one.
Florida State.
Forgot about them.
Oklahoma.
Sure.
Penn State.
Indeed.
Washington.
Good team.
North Carolina.
Tar Heels.
Air Force.
And see, that's exactly my point.
Liberty. I could go on and on.
Yeah,
that was great. You got to check it out.
Hilarious.
And it continues on as Shedeur Sanders has been getting trolled for promoting merchandise during the game. As it turns out, he apparently posted on his Instagram story during halftime promoting his merchandise, as they were up, 29-0. And he said mid-game, Shedeur is throwing up merch shop links on IG, which is Instagram. And there was something that said that it's already a blowout, so it didn't matter. But this is so wrong. Here's what's going on now. So they've kind of put a stop to it.
Mm-hmm.
And during practice, they decided to, they usually do the clowning around.
Yes.
And they follow them throughout practice. But now they're talking about no smiling, no nothing. You can't smile no more. Here's just a piece of this audio that's been circulating this morning.
No smiling, no nothing. You can't smile no more.
Can't smile no more, man.
No more, no jewelry, no more, no nothing.
Nothing, bro. Can't do nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta chill, bro.
You gotta chill, bro. Change your whole life.
I gotta change.
There's so much more to that, but here they are. They're in a bye week, coming off a loss, where they were up 29-0 at halftime, and then it's a double overtime loss to a 1-4 Stanford team. And now we're hearing, this kind of stuff. I'm sorry, Deion, man. Let's go. You love the attention, but when your son is promoting his brand at halftime and then you lose.
And I thought that tape was mocking. No fun, no taping, whatever. I'm like, you know what? If I'm Deion Sanders, I'm like, look, guys, cut the crap. Okay, we lost. That team scored 49 points on us in the second half. Okay, they came back. I'd lay down the law, and I got to tell you this, Rock. Prime Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, whatever. Deion, he better get a hold of that locker room and not allow the inmates to run the asylum. I just see something like that. I saw the sign out there that said up downs out in the middle of the field when they were talking about that. All right. Well, I would say no filming, no taping, no anything. But see, it's like an addiction. Coach Prime, even in their loss, he's still
making money.
He's making money. He knows about that tape going out there. Otherwise, why didn't he put the kibosh on that and say, look, guys, I'm dead dog serious here.
Well,
Let's get after it.
He didn't know about the Instagram at halftime.
No, he didn't know about that until after the game.
Right.
And it's after the game.
And somebody had to point that out.
Yeah, and I got to tell you what, it was like between Daniels at quarterback and that kid that was catching all Omar Hire or whatever his name is. The kid was the 97-yard touchdown. You went,
yeah,
right at the beginning of the second half, went down and you saw it was like 7-on-7. It was pitch and catch, and then their defense just let them down, and then you just kind of watched the rest of that second half, and then Shedeur at the very end on that fourth down in overtime. You got to find someone to throw the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
That pick, Stanford gets the ball, goes 3 quarterback sneaks, game, set, match, 49-46.
Kick the field goal. And good for Stanford. It is the biggest comeback ever in Stanford football history, 29-0.
And in Colorado.
Yeah.
Hey, Football 50 is sponsored by El Bandino Tequila Yankee. Tuesdays, tomorrow, we'll be live from 1 to 4 at the Barrio Queen in Queen Creek. We encourage you to stop on by, have some incredible, authentic Mexican food, and try the new El Bandino Yankee Tequila. That's tomorrow from the Barrio Queen in Queen Creek. As baseball's going on right now, 4-0, middle of the first. 4-0 Texas, jumping all over the Astros after beating them yesterday. And this is in Houston.
I wonder how Mattress Mac is feeling right now since he laid a huge money bet again on the Stros to win the World Series. And
Brilliant.
right now, they can't even get past Texas, at least in the first 2 games.
He makes out on that deal.
Oh, I know he did. Every year he does.
But I can't think of a better team for it to happen.
Yeah.
You get blasted.
Bang
by
the drum
Rangers.
slowly now, Houston. So I couldn't resist.
I hope that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see that.
Well, then Bruce Bochy,
1 minute.
the greatness that the 60s had to go into Texas and get that thing turned around. They've got the talent, and to see Seager, former Dodger and shortstop, and him being healthy and playing very, very well there in Texas.
Longtime Major League outfielder, former color analyst for the Diamondbacks, now with the Marlins. Rod Allen will join us next to preview this D-backs Phillies game, as well as get his thoughts on Astros and Rangers. Then we'll go to Philly, and we'll catch up with Craig Fouey, sports director for ABC 15. So busy hour number 2 as we're coming to you from Casino Arizona for tonight's Monday night game and Phillies Diamondbacks game. Rock, Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, and Richie, all here on Fox Sports Night.
Clear.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek on the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
Where next?
you earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's Ellie Kemper from the podcast Born to Love with a little straight talk about Straight Talk Wireless. See, Straight Talk Gold or Platinum Unlimited plans give you unlimited 5G data and a free Walmart Plus membership and free delivery from your local Walmart store and an included Paramount Plus subscription. I just said plus or and about 57 times, and that's how much value you get from Straight Talk Wireless. Switch or learn more today at Walmart or StraightTalk.com.
Requires active service. One offer per eligible Straight Talk account. Standard data usage applies. For Walmart Plus, $35 order minimum for free delivery. Restrictions apply. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart, and I have a question for you. You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants. Got it?
Learn more and schedule this season's updated COVID-19 shot at vaccines.gov.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Game 1 of the National League Championship Series on the way between the Diamondbacks and Phillies. Zach Gallen and Zach Wheeler will be the starters. The Cardinals dropped to 1-5 after their loss to the Rams yesterday. They're just 2-12 against their division rivals since the 2017 season. The Suns take on the Blazers in a rematch of Thursday's preseason contest. The Yotes are back on the ice to face the Rangers in New York in their second game of the regular season. Connor Ingram will get the starting goal. U of A men's hoops is 11th in the USA Today men's basketball coaches poll rankings. Saturday on Friday, 10, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword credit at foxsports910.com. That's credit at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker and
All right, got him. He's ready.
Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, look for some unseasonably warm temperatures, getting up to about 104 degrees today. Plenty of sunshine out there. For tonight, we'll see those temperatures dipping down into those mid-70s with clear skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brent.
Yeah.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Tired of looking for a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it fixed with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualified customers can get up to $250 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill.
NewVisionAutoGlass.com.
480-210-9090.
Time to talk playoff baseball. D-backs and Phillies in the NLCS. It doesn't get any bigger. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, driven by All City Towing. All City Towing. We answer the call 24/7. 480-833-3200. Now let's talk postseason baseball on Fox Sports 910 and on the iHeartRadio app.
Gurriela's there. The Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Dodgers and head for the LCS.
All right, let's get into a little baseball talk. Houston is down to Texas 4-0 in the first inning. Join us to talk some playoff postseason baseball. We miss him here in the Valley. Still lives here in the Valley. Rod Allen joins us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Rod, it's Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B. How you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing wonderful, fellas. How about you guys today?
Well, I'm enjoying my pick this year was Texas-San Diego, and I see Texas up 4-0 in the first inning after winning yesterday. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'd love to see Texas-Arizona. What do you think about that kind of matchup?
Well, I mean, I kind of like Arizona. There's no question about that. But, I mean, if they're going to get through the Philadelphia Phillies, they got to play their best baseball. I mean, Gallen's got to go out there today and he's got to dominate with his fastball. He's got one of the best four-seam fastballs in baseball. And he's going to need that pitch today. I mean, he's got a lot of really good right-handed batters and he's going up against left-handers and Harper. So if he uses his fastball today to his advantage, I got Gallen kind of doing some special things. And, of course, your team, from a base running standpoint, you run the bases as well as any team in baseball. You steal a lot of bases. You're not going to outslug the Phillies, but you can definitely beat the Phillies if you play your kind of brand of baseball.
As a Miami Marlins broadcaster for the last couple of years, when you've seen this Phillies team quite a bit, you saw them in the playoffs. Where is the weak links, if there are any, with this Philly club?
I don't know if they really have a weak link. Maybe their third or fourth starter. I mean, if you can get that far, but I mean, you got to go through Wheeler tonight.
Yeah,
he's one of the best pitchers in baseball with a great fastball. But you guys got a lot of guys that have really good fastball numbers, and you have some good guys on the team that have great numbers against Wheeler. So you shouldn't be afraid of him. He's outstanding. Nola's outstanding. But if you guys can play the bunt and run game, if you can hit and run, if you can move some runners over, get guys on third base, get those guys in, and your pitching steps up the first couple of days with Kelly and also Gallen, you can snatch a game or two, and that's exactly what you have to do to get back to the Valley. But I like your team. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the Phillies obviously are the team that everybody's picking to win the World Series now that the Atlanta Braves are no longer in this thing. But your team is a tremendous team, and there's been all kinds of wild card teams that have gotten to the postseason and also to the World Series the last number of years.
Right, interesting. You look at the Phillies last year making the wild card, and they fired Girardi. Rob Thompson comes in. They go to the World Series, and obviously, as Rock alluded to, the Astros beat them. Then they start off slow again. Then they catch fire the second half of the season. So what's the constant with this Phillies team to see what they do the second half of the season that carries them over independent races and the World Series?
You know, I think that this team, after they fired Girardi, I mean, the players kind of relaxed last year. The Atlanta Braves are one of the best teams I've ever seen in baseball. This 2023 version of the Atlanta Braves. They didn't finish it off, but it's one of the best teams I've ever seen. I mean, I was comparing this team to the 75-76 a big red machine. I mean, Rock probably too young to understand that, but Manuch, I know you understand exactly what's going on with that 75, 76 team. That team was a beast. And I saw this Braves team a bunch. And that team reminded me a lot of Joe Morgan and Rose and Griffey and I mean, just the Perez, the list goes on and on, bench, you name it. But anyway, I mean, just that Phillies team is good. I mean, you got Turner at the top, you got Schwarber at the top, you got Harper, who's a beast, you got Castellanos, who's an all-star, you got Real Muto, who's one of the best throwing catchers in all of baseball. So if you guys are going to run, you guys got to be on your P's and Q's. And I can really throw. I just really love the matchup. I do. I just think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Ron, I'm real curious because you just referenced their lineup. Who would have thought when Kyle Schwarber was with the Chicago Cubs that he would turn into a leadoff hitter with the Philadelphia Phillies? Can you take me through that process? How the hell did that happen?
That's analytics, baby. I mean, he can get you one run in a hurry in that very first inning, and he's done that a whole bunch this year. He's going to strike out, he's going to walk, and he's going to hit a lot of home runs, and that's just new analytic baseball. I mean, they have a lot of guys in the number 1 and number 2 spots that normally would not be there, but they're looking to get these guys up as much as they can because they know more often than not these guys are going to connect because they are airborne with the baseball a lot, and they're going to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But that's kind of new generation baseball with Schwarber at the top of the lineup. Trey Turner would be a much better leadoff hitter.
Yeah, it's interesting. And when you watch Corbin Carroll, Rod, you've been around baseball for many, many years. You hear about this young man coming through, the top prospect. I mean, none of us, we knew a little bit about him, expected to see him do this his rookie year. So is he mature beyond his years? Does he understand the game? Is he just solid mechanics? When you watch him play, what is it about him that impresses you at an early age?
He's got that fixed tool. I mean, we can obviously look at the stuff on the field. I mean, the run tool, the hit tool, the power tool, the defensive tool. I mean, all those things that he brings to the table on a nightly basis. But, I mean, when you stand 5, 6, 7 inches, 5, 6, 8 inches, and you're able to do the kind of things that Corbin Carroll could do on the base field, and you got a little something else going on. This guy's special. I've seen him a bunch, and he's not in awe of the situation that he's put up against. He showed out in the earlier rounds of the playoffs. He showed out all year long. He's going to be Rookie of the Year. He's going to be in the MVP conference. He had 25 homers and 50 steals. I mean, that stuff has not been done very often. I think only 2 players have ever done that before. So, I mean, he is awfully special. There's no doubt about that. But they will pay special attention to Corbin Carroll today. So some of the other guys are going to have to step up and do some special things. So that's just the way the playoffs go.
And when you see Gabby Moreno, another rookie, speaking of rookies, and hopefully we can keep him healthy, but when you watch him, does he remind you of a young Yadier Molina and the way he handles the bat and the catchers and what have you? Or am I getting ahead of myself? I'm a Cardinals fan, Rod, for many, many years. I love Yadier. But do you see the similarities with the two?
I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to give you Yadier on the defensive end. I'm going to give you Real Muto on the offensive end.
Okay.
Because his bat is much more special than Yadier's bat will ever be.
Right.
But from a defensive standpoint, he can catch, he can throw. He's still really, really young. That's a wonderful trade that the general manager, Mike Hazen, made with the Toronto Blue Jays. We haven't talked about him yet even. But anyway, that's a wonderful trade. But I give him the combination of a little Real Muto and a Yadier. I just wouldn't box him into one.
Rod, take me to this because you referenced something about stealing bases. Is it now back in vogue with what we have seen? I mean, look, we're not going to see the second coming of Ricky Henderson anytime soon, but is it now back in vogue? And in the playoffs, will both of these teams, beginning tonight, use their speed on the bases?
Well, you don't have to worry about anybody other than really Trey Turner on their team.
Okay.
But they have to worry. Rock, I believe that the stolen base is going to be back in play. And the one thing that helps the Diamondbacks is they've been doing it all year. I mean, Perdomo, I think he leads the world in sacrifice bunts. They get bunts down. They get runners over. And unfortunately for a lot of these other teams that are in the postseason, they don't play that kind of game during the regular season. But for whatever reason, when they get in the postseason, they try to do those kinds of things, and they're not very successful doing so. So I see the Diamondbacks having a real nice run in this series. I really do. And I think it's from a speed standpoint. But if they try to outslug the Philadelphia Phillies, they will not win the series.
And
if they play the kind of baseball they played all year, they got a shot.
Okay, and then doing a broadcast there, and just the Philly crowd. Okay, just doing the broadcast there, seeing this fanaticism, to pardon the pun, for their mascot, so to speak. Talk about that Philly crowd. How much these guys get jacked up, and when you're doing broadcasts, does it impress you, or you even pay attention to when you're there in Philly?
It's fun. I mean, it's like, when we experienced back in 2001 when we had our World Series run here when I was a broadcaster here. And it's also the same kind of atmosphere that you guys experienced just a few days ago when you guys both raced the Dodgers. Home court advantage is special. And there's none better than Philadelphia. I mean, they won 26 games at home, and they only lost 11. And when that crowd gets going, man, it is loud in there. But Gallen today can shut that crowd up with his fastball. And somehow, some way, the Diamondbacks can get a lead. They can take the crowd out of the game. They've got to shut that crowd up. But if that crowd gets rolling, it's going to be loud in there.
All right, then that's my follow-up question. Zach Gallen has struggled in the early innings. He's given up runs in the first or second inning. Is the key for him to be successful, obviously, not having Philadelphia jump on him early?
Well, I'm sure that they understand exactly what Gallen's numbers are earlier in the season. He's got one of the best pitching coaches in our sport. And I'm sure Gallen understands that, but he understands too that Philadelphia, regardless of what his numbers say, that is a tall challenge against any pitcher in every single inning. They are 1 through 7 as deep as any team other than the Atlanta Braves. So Gallen just needs to come out, and as I said, the fastball command is key for him. He also has a really, really knee-bucking breaking ball. But if he can command his fastball early and throw lots of his fastballs and work all 4 quadrants of the strike zone and work some of these weaknesses of this Philadelphia Phillies team, he can get himself a W tonight, in my opinion.
Rod, how many games does this series go? I'm not going to put you on who's going to win, but how many games do you think it goes?
6.
6? Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll go with 6. It should be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. 4-0 right now. Texas up on Houston going into the bottom of the second. Rod, thanks so much. We look forward to catching up with you during this postseason. Appreciate your time.
2 minutes.
All right, absolutely, fellas. I'll give you some knowledge.
Yes, you did. Always. That's a great Rod Allen joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Hey, we are doing a Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B listener appreciation putting tournament. And we're doing it at Putting World in Scottsdale. It's a 36-hole putting tournament during happy hour next Wednesday. And the cost is just $9.10. Yes. $9.10. We'll have prizes. We'll have hole ones. We'll have all kinds of fun stuff. It's during happy hour. Get your twosome, foursome. If you're a single, that's fine too. But you got to sign up in advance because it will sell out. RocandManuch.com. RocandManuch.com. It's right there. Click the PayPal. You're in. Once you have your in, I'll have your information and we'll get your name for the signups as we get closer. But again, next Wednesday between 5 and 7. 36 holes. Be a great opportunity to check out this brand new place that opened up, Putting World in Scottsdale, indoors. And again, $9.10. Good stuff.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to see you putt.
You bring your own putter, Jimmy?
Maybe. I might.
Because they'll supply with them.
Well, I know that.
I gave my clubs away like 6 years ago. So, Rock, you got extra putter?
Oh, I do.
You get an extra putter?
I can putt.
Yeah,
I can do that.
It depends on which one's not working for me. You can have
well, you're the one who gave me the putting lesson like 10 years ago. And so I'll be looking forward to that. But I can't wait. A little indoor facility and 36 awesome. Holes, man.
Yeah, and we made it so affordable. We got to pay them something for turning the lights on, right?
Sure, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they normally charge like $29 or $39 depending on the day to get out there. But the good thing is 36 holes, and maybe you go off at 5:30, maybe you go off at 6, but everything will be done by 7, and then we'll know because it takes not long.
I'm just
to finish.
I'm just curious. I've been out putting or playing in many, many years. You got to get that. Is the stemp meter about 12 out there, you think, right?
Maybe. We'll have to find out. Between 11 and 12, I think.
There's no clown mouth, so don't worry.
Yeah, there is
no windmill.
No windmill. We are finishing up here. Well, I should say we're finishing up, but we are out here at the CAZ Sports Book getting ready for tonight's Monday night game between the Cowboys and Chargers, but we'll have both. We'll have all the games on. We'll have Coyotes. We'll have the Suns, but the big one is, of course, the Diamondbacks and Phillies. So win some money just by watching sports here tonight. Well, week 7 of the college football season, it features a little bit of everything. We saw some pretty cool finishes, some great plays, an outstanding top 10 showdown in the Pac-12. But how about those Wildcats? A 38-point win, which was their largest margin of victory over a ranked opponent on the road in the history of Arizona football. We're going to bring some of that sound back next to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Casino, Arizona.
Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys get a chance at primetime redemption against Justin Herbert and the Chargers tonight at 4:45 on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com. That's HORNE Cars.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers. Or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break with the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, good to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Hey, you want these highlights here, right? Coming back? Yep, yeah, I'll come back with them. A quick little montage.
Yeah, that's cool.
Missed it! And the Huskies survive! Lewis is consoled, and the field is stormed, and Washington has won it.
Retrieves and now he throws another interception. It's Benjamin Morrison who rises and picks it off right there in the sky. This is Price bringing it out, trying to return of his own. Now Jadarian Price turning on the Jets. 20-10 touchdown Notre Dame. Wow.
With a strong second half for the win.
You're live.
Go storm into Boulder and run back to the farm in Palo Alto with the dub.
How about that? Week 7 of the college football season featured a little bit of everything, but the big one in the game of the week, it lived up to its billing. That was number 7 Washington outlasted their rival in the Pac-12, number 8 Oregon, after the Huskies scored the winning game touchdown in the final minutes. The Ducks missed what would have been a game-tying field goal as time expired. In the nightcap, a big one as well, as Notre Dame avenged their upset loss from a week ago with a big win over USC, 48-20. Oregon State took care of UCLA in another important game in the Pac-12. And then finally, North Carolina took control of that second half against number 25, Miami, winning 41-31 to remain undefeated. But there you have it, some changes at the top. Now we look ahead to Week 8 with Ohio State, Penn State. That's the early game at 9 o'clock. You also got Tennessee, Alabama, Michigan State, Michigan, Duke, Florida State, and Utah and USC. And Arizona State will be back in action as they have a tough one at Washington. But how about Arizona and what they were able to accomplish down in in Pullman, as they absolutely destroyed, which now an unranked Washington State team, 44-6. They're off this week, but boy, what a big win for them. They overcame a 2-game skid. Of course, the game last week prior against USC, one they almost won, but 38 points, their largest margin of victory on the road in their program history. Can I finish?
Yeah, go right ahead.
It also marked the largest margin of against Washington State since the Wildcats beat the Cougars 45-6 in 1983. So that being said, and one more I want to mention before Jimmy improves the program, Portland beat NAU 45-21 on Saturday. A bad loss for the Lumberjacks.
Portland State. Yeah, look at Manuch, I wanted to bring this to your attention and pick your brain on this, because now at Arizona, with what we have seen from Fafita, is it a serious quarterback question now for Coach Fish? Or does he just roll with a hot hand?
I think he just goes with Fafita. I mean, I really do. I mean, he's got 2 solid quarterbacks. If I think Fafita starts, I mean, you look at what he did against USC.
Yep.
And then you look at this game against Washington State, to go on the road back-to-back weeks and had a legitimate chance to beat USC, go up into Pullman.
Yep.
And my thought was, well, maybe they'll have a little bit of a hangover from the USC game. Not at all. They continued to just dominate in reference to running game. Their defense has completely come alive. So they figured a few things out, but I'm going with Fafita.
Yeah.
Delara, he'd be in that backup role, but Fafita, the way he's running this offense improves the offense, the way he's distributing the ball. The kid can run.
That was my question for you.
He can run. I feel, guys, he's more consistent. He's more accurate, and I think he sees the field better. I mean, he's only 5'7", 5'8", if that. And I just think his moxie and how well he throws the ball, his arm is as strong as Delara's. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those are some of the things that Jed Fish and his staff will just go, hey, look, you're our guy. We're going to continue to ride with you. And now that his defense is picking up, so I'm very much improved. That was, what did we see on Friday, Rock? We said a big litmus test for this program in Jed Fish's 3rd year to go back-to-back games. Can you bounce back after an extremely tough overtime loss to USC? go back on the road versus a Washington State team that is also on a roll and go in there and do the same thing. And they did it. I mean, they went in there and, quite frankly, they punched the Cougs in the mouth big time, and that was very impressive to see that.
This kid's playing like a vet.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know what he threw for what, 300 plus yards or something like that? 342.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
But he's accurate, Rock. He's very accurate.
We're consistent.
And he doesn't turn the ball over. He takes care of the ball. And when I watch him play, he puts the ball where it's supposed to be. I mean, he doesn't really force the issue. I think it's USC had a couple forced passes, but I think he understands the system. Jimmy Doherty, who's the offensive coordinator down there, doing a great job with him. And then the receivers are really starting to come to fruition. So I'm seeing a very confident U of A offense with Fafita in there as a quarterback. I really am.
And, for USC to go into Notre Dame and get blasted.
Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. I mean, Notre Dame.
You kept talking about the spread.
I had USC as my underdog to win and go in there. But I got to tell you what,
get beat by 28.
Well, Caleb Williams was forcing the ball, 3 picks in the first half. You know what? I know it's a little rainy and you lose the ball, but I got to tell you what, Notre Dame's defense did a hell of a job against that offense.
They did.
They came out and they were more physical, more dominant. And in the first half, it was pretty much the second half they go into it. They pretty much took control of that game. And for Sam Hartman to do what he did in the second half was taking his game to an all-new level, too.
So the number 1 pick in the 2024 draft, the Arizona Cardinals select
Caleb Williams.
Still going with him.
Absolutely.
You don't like Bo Nix.
Absolutely. Caleb Williams.
I like Bo Nix, but I think Caleb is the guy.
I'll say this. You're watching Nix and Penix Jr. go at it in that game. That was Heisman Trophy candidates galore.
I
watching
agree.
those two kids. But Penix, again, to lead the comeback and to score, I think the rest of your guys is going to be okay. Penix is in the lead now. Where's Bo Nix in a couple weeks? Where's Caleb Williams in a couple weeks?
It's going to be week to week.
Yeah, I think it is. Right now, okay, Penix is the sexy pick for this week.
Let me ask you this then. Break Penix down so our listeners understand. What does he do so well?
He's extremely accurate. His timing, his anticipation, 5th-year quarterback, extremely accurate, and he runs pretty well for his abilities. But he's got that system down. He understands where he's going with the ball, and he reads the whole field. We had Rudy Carpenter earlier talking about the quarterback. You'd ask him about tight ends. Well, some games they might be the guy, but you got to read the defense. And what Penix does, especially when they get down, he doesn't panic. Like last year when he led that comeback and threw that ball in the end zone for a touchdown, brings him back. And then Bo Nix has improved his game with his new offensive coordinator immensely as well, too. So that was a fun game to watch 2 Heisman Trophy candidates.
So a lot of attention's on these Pac-12 quarterbacks,
Yes.
right? Okay. But you got a couple good guys in the Big Ten with J.J. McCarthy at Michigan. He's leading it, and all the guys at QBR.
Playing really well.
Dylan Gabriel at OU. I mean, there's some really good guys out there that you got to
Drake May.
look at. Yeah, at UNC.
Yeah.
Even Jordan Travis at FSU. And the guy that's really playing well is former Sun Devil Jaden Daniels at LSU.
Why wouldn't he? Go figure. He moved on. Well, he moved on to a system at LSU that fit his game, and I think maybe $1 million more here and there to kind of put in his back pocket help. But good coaching, understanding, and he wanted to go play big boy ball in that system with Kelly. I know, Rock, but
It's sad that Arizona State's not considered big boy.
They are ASU's 2nd or 3rd tier right now. Think about it, where they're at. Unfortunate.
I hope that could get turned around.
So do we.
Tomorrow, El Bandino Yankee Tuesday. The El Bandino Yankee Tequila will be at Barrio Queen in Queen Creek from 1 to 4. Hey, coming up, we're going to go out to Philadelphia, the
city of brotherly love.
City of brotherly love, a great place where I was born and raised. And Craig Fooey from AT will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
It's game 1 of the NLCS today between the Diamondbacks and the Phillies in Philadelphia. Zach Gallen and Zach Wheeler will be the
Let me
starters.
bring it up.
Arizona
here.
Men's Hoops is 11th in the USA Today Men's Basketball Coaches Poll preseason rankings. The Cardinals now 1-5 after their loss to the Rams yesterday. Only 2-12 against their division rivals since the 2017 season. The Suns take on the
you're talking
Blazers.
about
That'll be a
the
rematch
2-3
of Thursday's
or 2-5-3-4?
preseason contest And the Coyotes return to the ice for the second game of the regular season.
Yeah, you have the cell listed first.
Connor Ingram will man the crease.
Okay.
I'm Frank Allen on
you said
Fox Sports 910.
work first. So.
Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
See your Valley
Cool,
Chevy
thank you.
dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Wireless headphones.
All right, he's ready.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
To Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. It's time for Fact or Phooey with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Phooey. Phooey joins the guys each Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Phooey.
Which cheesesteak are you on? Come on.
Hey, listen, we haven't even had a chance to get a cheesesteak, man. I did get last night. We got in real late, so we did get a Yangling. We did that.
Good. Yes.
But it's been a busy day, man. We've been going nonstop. Here we are at the ballpark. I'm standing right outside the D-backs dugout, and we're getting ready for the D-backs to come out for some pregame warm-up.
All right, well, tomorrow, then either if you can't get to Jim's Steaks on Broad Street, don't go to Geno's or Pat's. Those are commercial. Those are overrated. They put that freaking Velveeta crap on it. It tastes like you know what. If you can't get to those, just jump into a Wawa. Just go into a Wawa and get yourself an Italian hoagie with American cheese, and you'll fit right in there, Phooey. Right in.
Yes, Lala, huh? Lala?
No, Wawa. W-A-W-A. Wawa.
Okay, Wawa. Gotcha.
Yeah,
hey, they're playing music here in the ballpark. It's hard to hear. I'm trying.
All right, we're going to try to get through Factor Phooey. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, the main key for the D-backs to beat the Phillies must be the continued domination by the bullpen. Factor Phooey. Domination by the bullpen.
I love that.
Okay.
Fact. Listen, I think Zach Gallen, we talked to Zach yesterday. He thinks he's going to, he's going out to give it his best shot, right? He knows the deeper he goes, the more, the easier it is on the bullpen. So they all know that. But this bullpen has stepped up tremendously here in September and now in October. So these guys have been nearly flawless. So let's hope Gallen goes deep into the seventh inning, maybe the eighth, and let's hope we don't use the bullpen too much.
All right, Coach, question number 2. The top of the D-backs batting order led by Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte must stay hot in order to win this series. They must stay hot. Those two leading it off.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to say fact to that bit, but here's the thing. The D-backs have hit as many home runs in the playoffs here as the Phillies have. So it's been a hot batting order, and obviously we watched the third inning on Wednesday with 4 home runs in a single inning, which was unbelievable.
So at any point in time, anybody can step up. But I think Corbin Carroll just getting him on base and letting guys drive him around. He's got such speed. I think this team was built for this pitch clock and the way the bigger bases.
Craig Fouie is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Okay, Coach, here we go. D-backs must get a split in Philly to have any chance of winning the series. Fact or Fouie?
Well, I know that the easy answer is fact, and that the harder one is Fouie. But I'm going to go with fact because I said that coming out here. I think they need to at least split this one. It'd be great to get two like they did in LA, right? But at least if you split it, you got a chance with games 3 and 4 and 5 back in Arizona on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I would love to see them get a split, have a chance to clinch a spot in the World Series next week at home.
All right, Phil, let's talk some Cardinals. Without James Conner in the backfield, the Cardinals will remain unproductive on offense. Fact or Fouie?
Yeah, fact, and we can throw in as long as they have Josh Dobbs at quarterback, they're unproductive. And as long as the other receivers aren't doing a lot, they're unproductive. I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons they're unproductive. Number one, we knew this coming in. It's not a great roster. James Conner, I will give them credit because they do fight hard, right? They play hard, they fight hard to the end. But listen, they've scored 7 points in the fourth quarter all season. Combined, every game, 6 games, combined 7 points. That's the worst in the NFL. You're not going to win many games when you can't score in the second half.
All right, Coach, go a little Coyotes talk here. Coyotes young Logan Cooley with his 2 assists in the Yotes 4-3 shootout victory over the Devils on Friday night is proving to be an up-and-coming star for years to come. Fact or Fouie?
Fact. Listen, this team, I'm excited about this team and the guys they have. I think they're going to be sneaky good this year, right? This team is not expected to do much, but they've gotten better each year under Andre Tourigny, a Bear, and they're going to continue to get better and better each year. And this year, I think they've got some pieces. They did well in the preseason. We saw some flashes in the preseason. Then to go into New Jersey and beat the Devils team was awesome. So I'm excited about this club and what they're going to produce this year.
I'm with you on that, Coach. I really think that Cooley and look, we all know who the number 1 pick was in the draft, and we watched him play for the Blackhawks in Chicago. But I think Cooley is really going to be the guy who is really going to put points on the board. Is that a fact or is that Fouie?
That's a fact. Listen, we saw him with his speed and his ability in preseason, right? And then you see him again against New Jersey. This guy he's got something. So I'm excited. I got a chance to talk to Bill Armstrong about him just a little over a week ago. And I'm telling you what, they found a diamond in the rough in this kid, and he's showing it right away. It's exciting.
Coach, you look at this series getting started there in Philadelphia. Any underlying stories that you guys are going to try to get to the bottom of or bring to light for the next couple of days?
You know what? I'm a former coach, so I love the chemistry angle, and I got a chance to talk to Tori about that, Evan Longoria today, just about the chemistry on this team. You know, Evan Longoria told me, listen, talent takes you so far, but you got to have something more in sports, right? It's a team sport. There's got to be more. And I think fantasy sports have kind of killed all the chemistry for fans because they just think it's about production from players. But there's something about chemistry in a locker room or a clubhouse in baseball that makes a difference. And Evan Longoria said it today. He just said, look, without the chemistry we have and the brotherhood we have, we're not here today. So he's a firm believer. Tori's a firm believer. I mean, everybody's talking about it. Then the other one is Christian Walker and Zach Gallen coming back home here. Gallen grew up about 10 miles east of here in New Jersey. Christian Walker grew up about 25 miles northwest of Philly. So a couple guys coming home. It's going to be exciting for them. And this crowd, right? The crowd here is phenomenal. I can't wait to experience it myself tonight.
You know, Coach, we talk about the dominant, the dominant bullpen the second half of the season. I'm just curious with Mike Hazen. You know, we sat there and went, okay, got a legitimate closer in Seawald. I got Tommy Pham. Would love to see another starter, but was their strategy to go get that closer in Seawald to set the tone for the rest of that bullpen so everybody knew their roles? And it seemed like that's when they took off.
Well, that's exactly what it was because guys didn't know their roles at that point, right? For the first part of the season, guys weren't sure what they were doing, who the closer was. It was closer by committee. Yeah. When they brought Seawald, everybody knew where they were, right? It's okay, we have a designated closer. This is the guy. And if you remember, Seawald's first 4 or 5 games weren't very good, right? It was like a struggle for him. And he's turned it on since August. But it was interesting to see how it all played out. But yes, definitely, Corey agrees that getting Seawald in changed the dynamic in the bullpen.
I'm real curious, Coach, what you expect tonight in this game. Do you see it a pitching duel, or do you see a runs-producing game tonight, say 5-4 or 6-5, something like that?
Well, with both these teams, I'll tell you what, Jimmy B, I'll tell you what, with both these teams and the bats they have, it could be an 8-6 game tonight.
Okay.
But both pitchers are solid, right? Zach Gallen, Zach Wheeler from the Phillies, both are very good pitchers, and we'll see what kind of stuff they have tonight. And again, I don't know how big of a part the crowd is going to play in this, because the D-backs have talked about it. You know, at practice Friday, they cranked the volume up at Chase Field just to try and get used to it. The players all said it was so loud it was annoying, but that's what Torrey wanted it to be. So they're anticipating the crowd involvement in this and how calm the guys can stay in the midst of this environment.
3.
Should be a lot of fun. Well, have fun. I'm very jealous, as you can imagine. Wawa, W-A-W-A.
I've got it now. They turned the music off.
Oh, good. You'll love it. You'll love it. Hey, Fooey, thanks for calling us on the road, man. We'll be watching tonight.
You got it. Thanks, fellas.
That's Craig Fooey live from Philadelphia, ABC 15. So, of course, that's where you're going to want to go tonight after the game, as he'll be doing, I'm sure, live shots at 4, 5, 6. You know, every time he gets an opportunity, I'm sure he'll be doing the
different angles and the stories within. I mean,
it's great.
I mean, Philadelphia and the Diamondbacks, you think kind of somewhat mirror each other. But I mean, you look at these bats from Philadelphia, you just go, wow, just the power.
I don't see
just
how
stride.
they marry themselves.
Well, I mean, but the D-backs are more of a I'd say somewhat small ball. You know, the Phillies more of a big ball.
Well,
you
then
know?
that's not mirroring.
Well, I mean, in situation with their pitching and their
Pitching,
bullpen,
okay.
and their bullpens are pitching. Now, yeah, batting wise, they're a little different animal. Not that the D-backs can't hit the long ball, but I think from this rotation in the bullpen, and I've always believed that your bullpen and your fielding are going to carry you, because you know the starters are going to get let up at some point. I mean, look at the Texas-Houston game right now. I mean, you look at Houston down 4-0 after an inning and a half.
That's
so
5-1.
5-1 down. So
come on, Manuch.
Yeah, they were last time I checked, they're 4-0. But
you haven't checked.
No, last time I checked, 4-0. But the thing is I think it's all going to be about pitching and who gets hot, moving them along, and you got to steal the bases. It's going to be interesting to see if this D-backs team can steal bases on this phenomenal arm and catcher for Philly.
Yeah, I'd rather see that as well. But the key will be, and we touched on it at the beginning of the show, is they got to get their fast guys on base. They just can't go down looking. They can't go down grounding out, and they can't hit easy fly balls. They've got to find a way to get on base.
Philly doesn't care about their fast guys. You know, they have a home run hitter leading off,
That's
Schwarber.
it. That's what
but they realize their second, third, fourth guys get on base. They got production.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Trey Turner. I mean, you think of some of the things that he's gotten hot, and some of these guys you got coming in there with all the other power behind Schwarber. That's the scary part.
That is.
That's this team's got to be very, very leery of.
Yeah, I'm scared about Schwarber.
He can go deep.
He hasn't gone deep yet, and that's not like him.
That's fair.
Last year, he went deep 6 times in the postseason for the Phillies. Year before that, as a Boston Red Sox, 3 times. I mean, he's gone deep the big year in Chicago. He went 5 times. So he's a guy that can go deep at any time.
He hit a ball out of Wrigley Field in
1 minute.
Chicago.
Remember that?
Yeah, unbelievable.
So what you're saying is he's due, huh, Rock?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I don't know if I want him to be due.
I don't either.
Hey, Fooey today is brought to you by our Fan Pick'em contest play, our annual Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. You win weekly Twin Peaks Man cards. You make your picks each week. It's free. Just go to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. Well, football at 50 is next. Bill Belichick is about to earn himself a record that he will not be proud of. That's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox 910.
Check this out. This is The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
Football's different now than 10 years ago. Creative wins. You know what I don't consider Mike McCarthy and Dak? Creative. This is a really easy one, and Jerry, who was always a businessman, Jerry's now a fan. Well, they just played well and we didn't.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
Over the years, Lerner has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Let's get ready for football!
It's football at live. The latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, a little football at 50. If the Patriots play their last 11 games like they played their first 6 games, then Bill Belichick may have a record. One I doubt he will be proud of. He is closing in on the NFL's all-time record for losses for a head coach.
Wow.
He's 299 and 157. The record for the most regular season losses in NFL history is shared by 2 coaches. If you can name them, 2 of them, I will buy you both dinner at any restaurant in the United States.
For losses as a head coach.
Yes. If you get one of them, I'll buy you lunch.
I'll take a shot. George Halas for one. Don Shula?
No. You're done.
Tom Landry?
Close.
I was just going to say that. Okay.
Counting playoffs, yes, but I wasn't counting.
Okay, but this is just regular season.
All right, your turn.
Regular season. George Allen.
No.
Vince Lombardi.
Nope.
Would I know this, Coach Rock?
You will know both.
Wow.
Chuck Knox?
Extremely well. do you mean no? Like you know who he is, or you work
No,
for him?
I said, do I know who he is because I played for Chuck Knox? No, man.
I think both these guys we've interviewed over the last 18 years.
Oh wow,
Wow.
Okay.
Possibly.
All
One of them is no longer coaching in both of them are no longer coaching in the NFL. One most recently was coaching in one of those fake leagues.
Oh man, gosh. What?
I could give you one of his teams he's coached.
Okay.
Rams. L.A. Rams.
Oh, okay. The L.A. Okay, I was starting.
You already said
thinking
George
St.
Allen
Louis.
once.
I
Went
did.
George.
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans.
Oh, Ed Fisher. Coach Fisher.
Jeff Fisher.
Fisher?
173, 165, and 1.
Wow.
The other, which you won't get unless I give you the Denver Broncos.
That being Dan Reeves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those two coaches are 165. Belichick is 157.
Wow.
Think about that.
How about that? A guy
So with this record, is he still looked as one of the greatest coaches ever?
Oh, absolutely.
Or he's lost so much that he shouldn't be in the hall?
He's got 6 rings, man.
Shouldn't be in the hall? Come on,
He's got
Rock.
6 rings.
Just
you
asking
remember,
a question. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, all right.
Remember,
I'm not saying I agree.
but you have
He's
think
totally
about
in the hall for me.
some of those lean years they had once Brady came on the scene.
You want to give you those numbers?
Yeah, give them to him.
Yeah.
He's 219 and 64 in the regular season with Brady.
Wow.
30 and 11 in the postseason.
Wow.
With all the other quarterbacks Belichick has coached,
Yeah.
he is a losing record at 80 and 93. And
Sure.
he's 1 and 2 in the postseason.
Even with Drew Bledsoe.
Yep.
Wow.
And the only year he was, I think they were 11-5 with Matt Castlefield in.
He is a
They were.
sub
Yeah.
500 coach when he doesn't have the greatest quarterback
Yeah.
on his squad.
I guess that answers that question,
Yeah.
right?
I guess so.
But he's not a great coach
So
without
now,
Tom Brady.
So now there's this report that hit this morning that he is expected to earn as much as $20 million a year as an analyst on television. $20 million.
Wow.
Well, listen to Bill Belichick.
Well, I got news for you. What you see in his news conferences is not Bill Belichick. I've been around him, and I can tell you that he is funny, he's articulate, and he eats, sleeps, drinks football. So I don't know how it's going to portray on camera, but the guy you see at the press conferences,
He does that. That's a shtick.
It's a shtick.
Yeah, it's a total
That's
shtick.
what it is. That's all it is.
I've seen him on some of the shows, like the documentary stuff, when you've got you got Brady and Manning and those
Sure,
guys sitting
yeah,
around,
yeah.
and Rich Eisen leading the round table, and he's very knowledgeable, very colorful.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he laughs once in a while.
Yeah, he
actually
does.
smiles once in a while. So I think that's a misnomer with the presser. I guys like that, I enjoy their knowledge of the game, the insights as to why and how come, because he can pick apart a game, dial up whatever. Now, to your point, Rock, how is he going to portray that in a broadcast? How will he pick and choose? How will he get a thought off in 15 to 20 seconds and be somewhat enjoyable to listen to?
It's always different when you're on camera. It always
Well, no, not camera, Jim, but during the broadcast,
Right.
are you going to? Is he going to be monotone? Is he more excitable, or is he going to be dialed into what's going on? That's when you hear guys. Hell, we thought when Troy Aikman, look at him before he got on TV.
Right.
Very monotone.
But also, it always depends on what kind of analyst. If he's going to be a studio guy,
That's
or
true.
he's going to be the color guy in the booth, you're going to see two different Bill Belichicks possibly.
I don't know, Jim, about you. I think he'd be a great studio guy.
I think you're right about
When
that.
you look at the Fox panel with Jimmy Johnson and Terry and Howie and Strahan.
I can't see him joking with those guys.
Oh, I can. Totally, I can tell. He's
way.
Yeah, the way in the other venues I've seen him at,
Yeah.
he smiled, he's laughed.
He's funny.
Taking the cameras out on his boat with his girlfriend and talking about this joke and that joke. And I mean, I just think that's just his demeanor to keep him, focused or legit. And then I think you'll see another side of him.
Hey, Football at 50 this hour is brought to you by the CAZ Monday Night Tailgate. Tonight, it's Cowboys and Chargers. It's our 23rd year of giving away the cash just for watching Monday Night Football. Today, we're taking it to a whole nother level with the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. You can join us every Monday as we give you your opportunity to share in the money that we give away. Our jackpot, which is a kickoff jackpot, is already over $1,000. We'll be doing props for cash tonight. We're doing squares as well. It's all free to play. You just got to be here at the CAZ Sports Bar, Sportsbook here at Casino Arizona. Also, we also have on special the Roc and Manuch Lager. That's right, the Roc and Manuch Lager.
It's good.
Us. Yes, it is. Even though you've only had it
here,
like a sip.
Well, I'm not a big beer
Did you finish your glass, Jimmy?
Half of it.
We gave him a
You
little.
finished half of it?
I finished half. I told you when I am with beer. If it's ice cold, I like it. As soon as it starts to warm up, I'm done.
It's kind of rude that you don't finish the whole thing.
So
Jimmy.
much. If you would just drink it, it would be cold.
There's
gets warm.
There's Uber out there. They can take you home.
Yeah, your tolerance isn't much, is it?
No,
for a little guy.
No, man, no.
I mean,
I told you guys in college I was nicknamed the Puker.
For a little fella, it's
That
not much there, Jimmy.
Man, oh man. Oh
Puker.
no, you invited the Puker? God, I got that so many times going to parties.
Hey, coming up in hour number 3, Arizona will catch up with former Cardinals receiver Frank Sanders. He'll give us his thoughts on that loss to the Rams, and if he's hearing any noise about Kyler Murray and when he could be coming back. Plus, our keys to what the D-backs need to do to win since first game in Philly. Roc and Manuch.
Clear.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great drink specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree Blue Moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
BetMGM is rolling out 2 new betting features to add even more excitement to your pro football season. With drive results wagering, you can choose between several live betting options for every drive, including drive outcome, most yards, longest play, and more. The King of Sportsbooks also introduces Same Game Parlay Plus. This bet type allows you to combine multiple same game parlays in a single bet slip. If you're eyeing different gridiron showdowns on a weekly slate, we've got you covered. You can add same game parlays from both of those games into one same game parlay plus wager and take your shot at an even bigger potential victory. It's time to level up your betting experience with drive results wagering and same game parlay plus. Now available at BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Arizona only. New and existing customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire in 7 days from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Bill Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1.
This is KDME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Coyotes are back on the ice to face the Rangers in their second game of the regular season. Connor Ingram mans the crease. ASU men's hockey team, following their sweep of Merrimack this weekend, is ranked by USCHO.com at number 18 in the country, the first time they've been ranked since 2020. Game one of the NLCS on the way between the Diamondbacks and Phillies. Zach Gallen and Zach Wheeler, the pitching matchup. U of A men's hoops is 11th in the USA Today men's basketball coaches poll preseason rankings. And the Suns take on the Blazers in preseason action tonight. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at foxsports910.com. That's GRAND at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those mid-70s. And then for your Tuesday, look for another warm day out there with temperatures close to 100 degrees with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell just made nacho fries even better with new vegan nacho sauce. Now available in participating Taco Bell stores. Limited time only while supplies last. Ingredients certified vegan by American Vegetarian Association. Vegan and animal ingredients are handled in common and cross-contact may occur.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
We are out here at the CAZ Sportsbook and Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Great place to watch all the games. Currently, we're watching Texas and Houston as Texas is up 5-2 in the top of the fifth inning. Of course, Texas up 1-0 in that one. So could be what we're seeing. Maybe it's Texas. Could be the next opponent for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Got a lot of sports to watch tonight here at Casino, Arizona. A little bit later, Trailblazers and Suns. That's at 7 o'clock. That's on AZ Family TV. Yotes and Rangers, too bad a lot of you aren't going to be able to watch it. It's on channel 15.2 over the air and I think 95 on Cox. And I will tell you, Coyotes, I reached out to you on Friday night. You got to fix this.
Yes.
You got a major problem in that the NHL won't lift the blackout. Bars have DirecTV. They do not have access to an antenna. They don't have access to, Cox. They have DirecTV. They have the NHL package. The NHL package blacked out the Devils away game. How effed up is that? Think about it. It's a game on the road, and the NHL package blacked it out. So sports bars like Arena Sports Grill, where I go to watch the games, could not watch the Devils and Coyotes on Friday night.
I've tried it, and I have DirecTV, and I can't get 15.2 on DirecTV. I can't get it. So I did what you did. I went to a refreshment stand. They couldn't get it either.
Yeah.
And I was
I
highly upset. I was highly upset.
I mean, I know this isn't a huge Coyotes market, but if they want to be a huge Coyotes market, you got to figure this out. And I got no response. I was extremely pissed off because I'm talking to the owners of these sports bars, big sports bars, like Twin Peaks, that have DirecTV, and in some cases, they do have Cox. Not very often, but it's DirecTV, and you can't get it. And you have and these sports bars pay for the NHL package.
They do,
and they black out the Coyotes game.
That makes no sense. I'm fortunate. I've got Cox. I guess so I get 95.
Okay. So do I.
But I mean, just for that standpoint, everybody's got the dish or direct and all the above, especially direct. I mean, I'm even thinking about when you look at some of these marquee Pac-12 games. A lot of folks, I mean, they can't watch it. You want to go watch that Oregon Washington game. You look at some of the
was on over there.
Well, over here, but I mean, look at some of the marquee Pac-12 network games that you saw these last couple weeks. Very, very difficult for you to go watch those games. I just think that I don't understand that from the business standpoint, what their motivation is to black out away games like that.
All right, let me drop this on you, Rock. You're in that business, so maybe you can lend some light on this. Could it be because of the deal the Coyotes cut with ABC 15 that part of that deal is you block out the NHL games on the NHL center ice setup because the game is on 15.2?
If that is the case,
yes,
then they need to get in a room and find out what's best for
Figure
the
it out.
sport.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you can't watch away games,
yes,
away games. I can see the old football blackout rule.
Yeah,
You
locally.
got to sell out your arena. And, well,
it's only 5,000.
By the way, I don't know if this is a fact, but somebody pretty close to the Yotes as a partner told me they haven't even sold out the 5,000 seats.
Wow.
That it's in the 3,300 number.
I thought they'd do that overnight with just
No.
the 5,000 diehards that are
I
out
was
there.
told on Saturday, that this particular company was
Sure.
approached to be a
Right.
sponsor and didn't do it because, he found out that they haven't sold out their 4,800 or whatever
yeah.
the number is.
Yeah.
In that it was in the 3,000, 3,300 he quoted at.
You so right.
And I'm like, come on.
So
They got to figure this out.
So right, the letter, the Come
that's-
Support Us letter that came out last week. A lot of us due to that because their sales were down. That Come Support Us.
All
we're
this
committed.
buzz?
I mean,
Yeah.
all that's
Yeah.
out there. I went, okay, this is okay. So Muriella puts his, it pens a letter, and
Yeah.
we're here. We're Come Support Us
Right.
at the Mullet, and blah 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 blah. And I thought that was unusual because we know they're committed here.
I hope that this one particular person that told me this information is incorrect.
Okay.
Because when he told me, I'm like, no, come on, dude. You're full of,
Yep.
He's like, I was just told this yesterday.
Wow.
That's not a good look
Because
at
he
all.
was pitched
Yeah.
a deal to be a sponsor with the team.
Mm-hmm.
So he had some information, some legitimate
Wow.
information.
And
when you find out that you can't even sell 3,500 tickets,
season tickets.
that's sad.
Yeah, that is.
Especially in a place that, let's be honest, is a lot of fun to see a hockey game.
It is. It's a great place.
Mullet is awesome.
Yeah.
It's what you fans ask for. We want smaller arenas.
You
smaller
are right
stadiums.
on the ice.
so
no
Rod-
matter where you sit, you are right on the
So
ice.
does the commissioner in his office pay attention to that the next 2 or 3 years? If
Commissioner's
that's
probably going to tell the Coyotes you need to sell.
I would agree with that to that point, but that should be a no-brainer for them to at least 5,000. Just season tickets alone, let alone the walk-up crowd or whatever, whichever available on the ticket outlets.
It's just this DirecTV thing to not be able to watch the games. If you're a Ranger fan and you want to go out and watch all the games tonight. Come on, this is a great night to go to your little freshman stand and watch Monday Night Football, watch the Phillies and Diamondbacks, watch the Rangers and Coyotes, and then watch the Suns. It's a perfect night.
It's nirvana for a sports fan.
But if you got DirecTV, you're screwed.
Yeah, that was.
Jimmy and I talked about this earlier. Nothing against Channel 15, but it's not. Games aren't on 15.
Yeah,
right,
right.
They're on 15+2.
That's it.
They could have put them on the WB, which they own. They could put them on 6. They could have done that, or they should have did a deal with AZTV and been done with it.
Yeah, I'm
be on AZTV.
Yep.
That everybody has AZTV. You can get to it.
Channel 7.
They should have done a deal with them.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm with you on that 100%. I just cannot believe
It's hard to comprehend.
that it's
That's
that
exactly
difficult.
I just got there, not like I had 4 beers in me already. And I was all fired up. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, come on, there's got to be a channel somewhere to get this game, especially if you pay for the NHL package.
Sure.
Center ice
At
package.
a bar.
Yeah.
Now, the rules for the NFL package or the NHL package may be different for residential than commercial. So for those of you that haven't, you got to watch it, good for you. But at least for a lot of commercial outlets, they could.
That is so sad to hear that. And how surprised the bars are on top of that.
I
To
was
see that
I was
without
upset.
Oh, this owner who is a hockey guy, played hockey.
Wow.
And he had people that came in that wanted to watch the game.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then when you see that they won in overtime,
Yes.
and you had to go on your phone to watch it.
How do you explain that? Hey, guys, come on down to my bar, and we're going to watch the Yotes take on the New Jersey Devils. We don't know, but this Cooley kid, he's pretty damn good. This 19-year-old.
Okay.
Is this team goes on a little run here?
Yeah.
What if this little 4-game road trip where they're playing
they go 3
the
and
Devils,
1.
Rangers, Islanders, and Blues, and they go 3-1?
Yeah.
And you can't watch it?
Oh, that's awful.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, back-to-back games. You got the Rangers and Islanders tomorrow night. I mean, to see Cooley more than anything.
Yeah.
There's a kid on the map.
Yeah.
That you can follow.
By the way, Ingram would be in goal tonight for you Yotes fans. But yesterday, the Cardinals outscored 20-0 after halftime on their way to a 26-9 loss, and that wasn't blacked out. It probably should have been. But yeah, it was a bad game. But they look terrible. I see these headlines with these writers and websites that are pro Cardinals, and they say embarrassing loss. Is it really an embarrassing loss?
No, we expected it.
Exactly.
They had a chance on a couple drives. They were only 2 scores down.
I understand
they
that,
had
but
a chance a couple times.
Embarrassing seems like the poor choice of a headline word to use.
I will say this. I think that the reason why somebody would say that, they're not seeing the talent that's out there. And I think the insinuation is, well, how can Monty Ossenfort not at least have the talent out there? Well, number one, unless you draft it, there's not a lot of guys out on the streets to come in and fill the spot of a rookie cornerback that's just not getting it done, or you got 2 safeties that are down. Talent doesn't come a dime a dozen, folks. It doesn't. So embarrassment. The only thing I could think it was embarrassing was that they couldn't stop the run in the second half by this LA Rams team. We're averaging 6.4 yards per carry when the young guy Williams was in the game. Embarrassment is you can't put any pressure. They got some pressure. And look at the passing game when Cooper Kupp was at will catching passes all over the place. A lot of folks say, well, this team really sucks. Well, they're trying hard. They're doing the best they can. They just don't have the dudes. They don't have the guys to compete at that level. And the Rams aren't an end-all, be-all team. They're a decent
They're
team.
much better than what I think people gave them credit before the season began. And a lot of that is the play of the quarterback.
Well,
and then getting Cooper Kupp back. Let me just say this about the Cardinals, because if you looked at whom was on the roster yesterday, Manuch, they had 6 guys that they called up off the practice squad. 6 guys that they called up off the practice squad.
And 2 of them were running backs that they picked up. And, I look at what I'm watching. It's just kind of like, okay, this is the team that they built.
Yeah.
You bring Josh Dobbs in. And guys, quite frankly, whether Murray comes back this week or 2 weeks, I don't know if he's going to improve this team with wins. He's not going to improve this team. So why hurry the kid? I mean, let Josh Dobbs kind of take the brunt of the burning and take the shots, because right now I just think if Murray plays, which he eventually will, it may not be for another week or 2. But here's the thing. When his 21 days are up, if he's not ready, he goes back on the IR.
That's correct.
For another 4 games.
That's it.
So at that point, they might say, well, maybe we hold back. Hey, I guarantee you Michael Bidwell wants his butt on the field sooner rather than later. But he's got to be, exactly right, Rock. Paid him some $30-some million to go out there and hopefully mix in a win or 2.
And if Texas keeps winning, the Texans, I should say,
yep,
they're 3-3. They're 500 right now. I mean, Cardinals get their pick. Their number 1 pick.
Cardinals are right there.
They're hoping you would get 1 and 2.
Yeah,
the way they're playing, they'll just get 1.
But there was an opportunity. They had chances that the 1 pick that he threw, throwing to Zach Ertz, they're going down the field to score. Another time they're going down the field, they missed on a 4th down opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, and what the National Football League, is it in vogue? These metrics of people going for 4th downs, even in college. I'm like, stop already. Just guys, fill the situation out. Don't go to your metrics or what you're doing here and there.
Go to your gut.
Hey, Oregon, you think you want that 4th down play back?
Oh, man.
Once away? Punt the damn ball away and make the Huskies go the length of the field, and maybe you stop. Maybe you trust your defense. But I'm just seeing all these teams go for it on 4th and down. Cardinals, they're 2 out of 4 yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, they're barely 33% on 3rd down. What makes them think that they can get a 1st down on 4th down on a continuum basis?
Great point.
I don't know. I watch these games and go, you guys are kidding me. You get stopped. You give that team the short field like last week. You give the Rams a short field, and you got You got Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp, and you got Higbee, and you got the young rookie at slot. And you got Pakua. You've got a guy that's going to make some things happen.
So the Yotes have listened.
What?
They have listened.
What are you telling me?
Cox 6.
Yeah.
CW 61. DirecTV 61.
Woo!
Dish 61.
Woo! Hallelujah.
Wow.
Preach it,
That
Mike
just
Morocco.
happened, huh?
Yeah,
Wow. That's
it
awesome.
happened earlier this morning, but I just got the email.
Okay.
So,
good
that
to hear.
is good news.
Squeaky wheel gets the oil
I
out there,
feel
Rock.
bad. They could have sent me this earlier. I would have been
we wouldn't
bitching
have
on
got
the air,
on.
mad about it. I mean, it's like it's all he needed to do is put it on Channel 6, like I said, WB or CW, I should say, and then it'd be fine. Well, there they have
you're
it.
telling me I can watch the Yotes stuff?
Yeah, we'll have it on here.
Yeah.
We'll have it on here at Casino Arizona. Well, what do the D-backs need to do to win? We are going to give you their keys next as we are at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino Arizona. It's Fox Sports 910.
Clarke is ranked in the top 20 for the first time since 2020. Catch the hottest show on ice at home against Northern Michigan this Friday and Saturday at 6:30 p.m. here on Fox Sports 910, the home of Sun Devil hockey.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Crash in the clearing stages, westbound 10 from the Ray Road off-ramp off right. West side crash, eastbound 10 at 51st Avenue on the right shoulder. Motorcycle rider down there. And a collision in Scottsdale on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard at the Greenway Hayden Loop.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only in Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products, and we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Cardinals are just 2-12 versus the Rams since the 2017 season after yesterday's loss. U of A men's hoops is 11th in the USA Today men's basketball coaches poll preseason rankings. The regular season begins November 6th against Morgan State. Kim Eng vacated her post as Marlins general manager after the organization looked to hire a president of baseball operations over her. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The superbly versatile all-electric EQB from Mercedes-Benz. It's impressively techy and surprisingly roomy with available seating for up to 7. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQB.
To Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time to talk playoff baseball. D-backs and Phillies in the NLCS. It doesn't
Coming
get
back
any
with a
bigger.
gallon quote
Now
here.
on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, driven by All City Towing. All City Towing. We answer the call 24/7. 480-833-3200. Now let's talk postseason baseball on Fox Sports 910 and on the iHeart Radio app.
It's interesting for sure.
The Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Dodgers and head for the LCS.
It's interesting for sure to, start game one in the LCS at the field, the stadium you grew up coming to as a kid, coming to see teams play. But I mean, this is about the NLCS.
How great it is for Zach Gallen, who grew up just over the bridge. He grew up in South Jersey, pitched for Bishop Eustace. His mother, Stacy, is a huge Phillies fan. I guess she is going to suspend her fandom for a little while right now. But she attended games 3, 4, and 5 last year at the World Series for the Phillies.
It's her son that's pitching for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
it's your son.
I know.
I mean, put your fandom aside. It's your son pitching for the Diamondbacks. I'm surprised she doesn't have her D-backs hat and her jersey.
She will.
She'll have all that. Yeah, I mean, just put your fandom aside. I mean, how cool is that for
But you got to realize, though, Manuch, Philly in cities like Philly, Chicago, Detroit, maybe Boston, they love their team.
Sure.
And if you're a Phillies fan, you're also an Eagles fan.
Sure.
You're a Flyers fan. You're a Sixers fan. In this market, I'm a Diamondbacks fan, but I like the Cowboys.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm a Boston Bruin fan. There aren't a lot of people in this city that root for all 4 teams.
Well, we haven't had the teams haven't been here long enough to have legacy over 50, 60, 70 years.
All right, but what does
passed
that
down
number
to their
need to be,
parents,
though? I mean, everyone says that, but all these teams have been here over 25 years now.
I think where the Cardinals.
When do you pick up the number?
Well,
I
the problem is nobody's from here. Everybody has moved here from other
I
places,
understand that.
and so they bring that with them when they move.
But when do you determine that that's not the case? I'm getting
let me say
blasted because I was born in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I'm a Phillies fan.
Yeah.
A huge Phillies fan. I've seen them in the World Series. I go to the World Series when they play. This year, I'm not going, okay, just because I have some other things going on in my life. But I do not – but I'm rooting for the Diamondbacks because I think a Diamondbacks win in a series like the NLCS is bigger for the future of the sport here in Phoenix than it is for the Phillies to go back as they were there last year.
Yeah, and I think that you think of the Diamondbacks in 2001, from 98 to 2001, they won the World Series. There was a groundswell, the build-up, and the success. But after it wasn't in 2007 and then longer, you didn't see those historically big crowds over at the Bob in those days. But when they won, they won. Jerry Colangelo bought that World Series, and they won it. But I think that, you think of the Cardinals here in 88, I think you've seen a lot of that wash out where guys that have grown up, they've had their families. You're seeing more and more of that with the Cardinals at their stadium. Diamondbacks, I don't know. There's so many, as you mentioned, Jimmy, so many transients that are here.
That is correct.
They're still fans. Now, when the Diamondbacks are winning and your team's not in or whatever, you're going to go support the Diamondbacks.
Well, you saw that on the game at the game at Chase Field against the Dodgers.
But you're not, Manuch. You grew up here.
No, I'm not. I mean,
so what are you trying to make? You're trying to make a point, but you don't follow that.
No,
point.
I'm not following. I'm a Cardinals fan. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, but I want to see.
You just said what you just said is, well, if they're playing your team and they're rooting, and you're going to root for them.
If the Cardinals were playing the Diamondbacks in the NLC, I'd be rooting for the Cardinals. I would. Now, if the Diamondbacks, well, that's not, it's my opinion. That's
you weren't even born there.
But
you weren't even born. I was born in Philadelphia.
I was a Cardinal
You're
fan.
a Cardinal fan as a little kid because they showed it on Channel 10.
And I follow them diligently
But
all the time.
you can't name 3 guys on that team right now.
You got Adam Wainwright's. He's
retired. That's my point. That's why there's so many people like you, Manuch, that I'm like, all right, there's nothing wrong with abandoning your team to the team in the city you live in.
But to your point,
I don't know why it's so. It's there's some negativity with it.
There's the years of legacy and years of generations following their team back.
You didn't even grow up there.
No, I'm talking about. I've always followed the Cardinals from that standpoint, like the Pittsburgh Steelers. When the Steelers played the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, I was rooting for the Steelers.
3.
I wanted to see the Steelers beat the Cardinals, and that's just how I am with that. And they did. They whooped their ass.
Holmes.
That's also 10, 15 years ago. You got a Diamondbacks team that's been here over 25 years. They've been to a World Series. They've won a World Series. They're the only team in the city to have a championship.
Correct.
And you won't root for them?
I root
even
for
though you lived here from your, 7 on?
I root for the Diamondbacks when they're not playing the Cardinals. When my team is playing them, I'm rooting for the Cardinals. There's nothing wrong with that.
You can't name 3 guys on the team.
Well, we had Fong.
So you're not really that big a fan.
I still follow him. I want Paul Goldschmidt. You think of Fong. Wainwright's retiring, unfortunately. Matter of fact, you had Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina come back for retirement bash for Wainwright, the last game of the year. I mean, you had all that. I follow all that stuff.
You can't give me 3 guys. Whatever.
Yadier Molina. Pujols did come back last year and finish up.
All right, but
I'm
anyway,
not going to root for the
Diamondbacks to beat the Phillies. I'll start it off. I believe it will be the first 5 batters in this lineup. If they can continue their dominance like they did against the Dodgers, if they can get to Zach Wheeler, who has been extremely impressive this year, especially in the postseason, he's been out of this world against the Marlins and the Braves. They have a shot, but they got to get the first one. They got to get game 1 because I don't know how this team is going to react from losing. They haven't lost a postseason game. They haven't dealt with having to come back after a loss. Now they've been down in the Brewers series, but they've never had to come back. Phillies, they've been there before. They've been there quite a bit. I mean, they're pretty much here, a lot.
They're seasoned in postseason play, that's for sure. Mine, guys, is bullpen. You got to improve on the runners in scoring position. You just have to if you're going to win this series. Again, you stay aggressive on the bases. We talked about they're one of the best base-stealing teams in all of Major League Baseball. Here's another key. Their defense in the outfield with Thomas and Corbin Carroll and Gurriel. Gurriel doesn't quite have the speed, but they're going to have to track down, I feel, a lot of balls in that outfield.
Aside from pitching, all right, which is defense.
Right.
I've been hearing a lot of talk today. Oh, Diamondbacks got the best defense in the series. All right, great. Defense doesn't win championships in baseball.
Not in baseball.
I would say that they're a lot of tracking down a lot of balls in that outfield and Major League play. Hell, I can take you back to the Brooks Robinson days, how his defense, the Orioles with their defense, beat the big
human vacuum cleaner.
The baseball was different.
The Orioles single-handedly handled the Reds, the big red machine, with their defense.
They had 4, count them, nobody else has ever had them, 4 20-game winners on the Orioles team.
McNally,
Cuellar.
But their pitching and their defense, they had decent hitting. Boog Powell, Brooks Robinson, Frank Robinson. But their defense single-handedly put the Cincinnati Red Machine to rest in that series. So defense and pitching.
Jimmy, what's your key?
My key is Gallen tonight doesn't give up runs early. I'm just discussing game 1. I'm not doing the series here.
Okay.
Although this does apply to Merrill Kelly as well. You cannot give up runs early in this game. You've got to get through a few innings. So if indeed the Philly bats come alive later, you can close them down with your bullpen.
And then I hope for those of you that are fortunate to be able to go to Thursday's day game and of course, hopefully, definitely the 4th game as well.
Yep.
You pay attention to what you're seeing, how the Philly fans are going to be standing before the game starts, and they're not going to sit until they get in their car to go home because they are loud, extremely loud. We had Craig Fouille on earlier. He knows it's going to be loud.
It's
going to be extremely loud. Yep. So anyway, hopefully you get a chance to go. Hey, make sure to join us next Wednesday, October 25th, as we're hosting a listener appreciation putting event, tournament. It's a 36-hole tournament. It's at Putting World. The cost is just $9.10. That's $9.10. You got to sign up in advance. Go to rockandmanuch.com and you can sign up right there. Again, that's next Wednesday from 5 to 7. We'll be live from 1 to 4, and then the tournament will get going right after 5 during happy hour. And again, it's only $9.10. Wide receiver, formerly of the Arizona Cardinals and Baltimore Ravens, Frank Sanders is next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Suns take on the Blazers in a rematch of Thursday's preseason contest. Game 1 of the NLCS on the way between the D-backs and Philly. Zach Gallen will get the start against Zach Wheeler. The Cardinals are now 1-5 after their loss to the Rams yesterday. They're just 2-12 against their division rivals since the 2017 season. The Coyotes back on the ice to face the Rangers in their second game of the regular season. Connor Ingram mans the crease. Wildcat quarterback Noah Fafita was named the Pac-12's Freshman of the Week for a second consecutive week for his performance in their blowout of Washington State. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those mid-70s. And then for your Tuesday, look for another warm day out there with temperatures close to 100 degrees with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Burnett.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. Now at Big O Tires, get a $70 rebate on all passenger, light truck, Michelin tires through October 29th. Plus, get an additional $70 rebate on installation of select sets of 4 Michelin tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with any other offers. See the website for terms and conditions.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You're looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers. Or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online.
Frank's ready.
Fries, fresh for everyone.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette Anti-Chafe Stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
Stop letting your bladder call the shots. Talk to Arizona urology specialists about frequent urination and take control today. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. The Sandman.
It is caught. Touchdown Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn!
Frank Sanders joins Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch, now on Fox Sports 910.
Oh, Auburn. A tough one. LSU.
They're playing tough, Rock.
48-18.
They're playing tough. They played a good first quarter.
They were down 17-0.
Jane
in
Daniels
the first quarter.
got after them.
First 5 minutes.
They were down 20-7 at half. Manuch. What game were you watching?
Just how tough they looked at in the warm-ups. They looked tough, man. They were all running around here and there.
Former Tiger in Arizona Cardinal, Baltimore Raven. Frank Sanders joins us now on Fox Sports 910. How you doing there, buddy? What's going on?
Hey, brother, I'm doing pretty good. I'll accept that roast session real fast I just gave me.
You know where I want to roast you? Next Wednesday, Putting World, Listener Appreciation with Frank Sanders. 36 holes, putter, but you're going to be on that clock, so you take a little while to putt. So
just putt the damn
between
ball,
5
Frank.
and 7, you'll be my guest, and you can hang out with all the other listeners next Wednesday from 5 to 7. Putting it on your schedule.
And Manuch and Jimmy B, too.
Yeah, we're all going to be there, even Jax.
It's already on my schedule, brother. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Coming it up with the best that I can.
I know.
Yeah. Will we work the bowling too?
I look forward to it.
Can I start promoting that you're going to be there? Because I know everybody at my birthday would love to see you again. Everybody, you were like the star. I mean, your Sharpie ran out. I mean, you were so popular.
This time, bring 3 Sharpies, and I will definitely be there.
You want to bring you my putter too? I'll let you use my putter if you want. If you need a good, Scotty Cameron will help you out.
It didn't do anything for you, so why would it do anything for me?
Touche, Frank. Wow.
Good shot, Frank. Excellent.
All right, Frank, we got to talk Cardinal football with you. You know that.
We have to.
So we were talking about the fact that there are a lot of headlines that this was considered an embarrassing loss, and I argue that that's the poor choice of words. This is kind of an expected loss, but when you look at this team, where are you seeing progress?
The kicker.
Matt Prater's always been good.
Yeah, we have
Come
to
on.
No, Matt. No. Matt. I think Matt was 100% the other day. I was surprised at that, but just that's honestly, man, this team has. What I see differently from last year is that they do come out feeling very organized. They come out with a lot of energy and ready to play. I do think that this is a team that's been put together this off season, and I think you're absolutely right. What we expected is what we're getting. There was a lot of in the wins and loss column, but I do say that I do see that the guys come out with effort and energy. Unfortunately, right now they just don't have enough players to go out and actually walk away with W's at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think that's it, Frank. They just don't have the talent, right? They just have the talent.
Yeah.
But I will say this: these coaches have put them in, given them opportunities. It's just lack of execution at times. I mean, that deep ball to Hollywood Brown, you got to lay that ball a little deeper out there. Another catch, missed throw at the very end of the game to Rondell Moore coming out of the backfield. The opportunities have been there. They just haven't been executing. So I give this staff credit for putting them in positions for them to at least be in these games.
No, I agree with you, man. Look, I thought I told what you guys earlier, at the beginning of the season, Rocky, actually, I thought the record could be. I told you I thought that, they at least have 10 wins, hoping that Kyler would come back after, week 4, week 5. I thought that definitely. But I told you guys earlier, I was I was excited about the coaching staff, and I watched these guys coach the preseason. They coached 4 quarters of football. They got those guys energized and ready to come out and play. And then we watched them come out, at the beginning of the season. Again, this is a gauntlet of the first 10 weeks of the season. When you look at the teams that they're playing, they're not playing the Jacksonvilles and Tampa Bays and New Orleans Saints of the league. They're playing the top tier teams. So, they had to get themselves ready, and yet they don't have all of their, they don't have their best player in their quarterback. Guys that that we thought would last for the most part the last couple of weeks. They've been dealing with a bunch of injuries. So, but I go back. I'll credit the coaching staff. These guys get these guys ready to play. They give them a chance to come out and make plays. Unfortunately, again, when you're stressed to try to get a win or stressed to make plays, you need something to get you over the hump. And a lot of those guys that can get you over the hump, those guys are on the bench with injuries.
I'm curious to get your thoughts. It's like a Deebo Samuel kind of look, if you will, kind of a copycat look coming out of the backfield and running quite a bit. You like that? You like is that the proper use for that young man? We'd like to see more lined up in the slot or outside to try to utilize him even more so with his speed.
You know what? I would like to see them move him in the slot and make him a dual threat receiver. Excuse me, I use that dual threat receiver where he's in the slot and they're finding someone particular on the other side of the defense where their weaknesses are, whether that be versus a linebacker or the number 5 cornerback, the nickel back, or the dime back coming in the game to go one-on-one with those guys. I see what they're doing with him, and I think that's a better usage than he was last year. But I think there's just a little bit more. We don't really pack a running game right now, so that running game with the Deebo Samuels is a little bit more different. And I don't think defenses are necessarily scared of our offense because of the fact that we do have a backup quarterback who's our starting quarterback right now, and Joshua Dobbs. And I also think that, they're not necessarily threatened by a running game. So they don't have to necessarily, pay attention to him as they would a Deebo Samuels. But I do like that they're trying to find ways to get him the ball. He has an immense amount of talent that we're trying to utilize him in situations. But again, teams are not threatened by other things on our offense. So they just kind of play him normal. And then he gets lucky at times with 10 to 15 yards. But when we get other players back, I think he'll have a bigger role down the stretch here.
All right, so that's what I want to follow up on, Frank, where you talked about when you get players back. Because right now, they are playing pretty much with a lot of practice squad players. As a veteran in the locker room, what is it like when you look around and you see practice squad players that you have to go to battle with?
If I was Charles Barkley, I'd have a lot of bleeps right now. I know that, because that's just how I feel. But I'm gonna keep it clean. You know what, man? You know what? You realize that it's gonna take a miracle for us to go out and do it. But if I do my job, and then maybe we get lucky here or there with one, somebody, makes a fumble, or somebody, we make a big play down the field, and they take us for granted. Maybe we can go out and make some plays. It's not the same. And I think that's the excitement and the beauty of having 17 weeks is that that, man, we're right now at 1-5. We've still got a chance to make a run here in the next 8 weeks, or next 10 weeks of the season, so we can kind of find out what kind of football team we truly have. And I think that if you believe that the coaches keep coming in and pounding the fist and putting us in situations, then if we get our players back, that's the hope that we do have, Jimmy B. I'm looking at my roster right now, and I said, I can get these guys back. Man, our coaches might be able to coach 100% differently than they're coaching right now. They don't have to use Band-Aids anymore and stretch tape to try to, make us look like we're together. And then guys can just come out and be glue, man, and we can be together. And I think that's the hope of what we have in the locker room. That's the hope that at least I would have. Looking around, realizing that, man, we don't have shit. I'm missing this guy, I'm missing that guy. Where's JC? Where's Kyler? Man, that defense are playing us like we're high schoolers or junior college guys. They're not really, they're not respecting this motion. They're not respecting this blitz or anything like that. Man, they're bringing their grandmas to the game, their granddaddies to the game. Their side pieces are coming to the game, sitting behind the benches, and they're having a good time. That, to me, would be the difference when we get our players back.
Well, when you bring Grandmama to the game, that's going to be a long, long day there. Real quick question. Got about a minute here. Will Kyler Murray make any difference with the status quo unless you've got all your dudes back in that huddle?
Oh, without a doubt. Kyler with the receivers that we have changes the narrative. Teams will change. They'd have to change up how they're playing us, without a doubt. They want to see what he's able to do. Of course, they're going to blitz, but Kyler and his presence will be night and day. He has a rocket of an arm. He makes all the throws. If his legs come back at least 75 to 80% of what he was able to do before, he'd be still at a 4.5 because he ran a 4.3. So that to me tells me he still would have a threat. The idea is that teams and the excitement of what he brings to the table offensively and defense, that might be the punch in the arm that gives us a chance, man, to play 4 quarters of football and walk away with some W's that that we could have had this year. We just didn't have.
He's Frank Sanders. If you want to hang out with Frank and maybe get an autograph from the 3 Sharpies he's going to be getting from hanging out with us at Putting World next Wednesday, just go to rockandmanuch.com. It's only $9.10 to sign up. But Frank, if you come, you're playing in my foursome. All right, is that a deal?
Without a doubt. How many holes are playing? 36.
Can you handle 36?
Without a doubt. That's 36. I was just trying to figure out how we was going to bet this thing out, me and you, Rock. $1 a hole, $1 a putt.
I will go to the bank that morning, and I'm ready. I'm ready. This is a game on. Game on there, Auburn Tiger. Game on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I accept that with a handshake over the phone right now.
You got it. I'm tapping the mic right there.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
I love you like a brother, Rock, but my money's on Frank.
All right. We'll get bets going, man. We'll get this thing going. All right. We'll have some fun. Frank, thanks, buddy. Have a good week.
All right, brother. Love you guys. Have a good one.
That's Frank Sanders joining us. Again, it's our Listener Appreciation Putting World event next Wednesday. Again, only $9.10 to sign up. But we're going to have a lot of fun. It's happy hour, too, so why not? Coming up, we'll clean out the locker, give you the one call, that's all for the night, plus tell you what's on tap for the night because there's a lot on TV. We got great news that the Coyotes finally came around and figured out a home so you can watch the game on at 4 o'clock. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
And I'm sitting here right here today, Chris, to tell you, people will never, 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 ever, 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 ever buy into Brock Purdy until he wins a Super Bowl. That's the only way that people will buy into him.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 10 on your smart speakers, say play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 eastbound at 51st Avenue, there is a crash that's sitting off to the right. Also an accident, Loop 101 Pima Freeway, westbound at 7th Avenue, and an accident, Loop 303 southbound. This is at Grand Avenue.
This report is sponsored by E.B. Marshall Jewelers. Join E.B. Marshall Jewelers in Scottsdale on October 27th and 28th to celebrate their 21st annual Watchtoberfest. Meet brand representatives and view a large selection and vast inventory of new and certified pre-owned watches. EBMarshallJewelers.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney. Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Sign up today for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Listener Appreciation President's Putting Cup Classic at Putting World in Scottsdale. Wednesday, October 25th at 5 p.m. The guys are live from 1 to 4. Then we'll host a special 36-hole putting tournament. The cost is just $9.10. That's right, just $9.10. Eat, drink, and putt with the guys and listeners. Tons of prizes and only $9.10 to play per person. Get your twosome or foursome now. Sign up at rocandmanuch.com. Space is limited. That's rocandmanuch.com.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked into Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Let's get your live football.
It's football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Cowboys and Chargers. Cowboys come into tonight 3-2. Chargers 2-2. Game time 5:15 here at the CAZ Sportsbook Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Dallas -1.5. Our jackpot is just over $1,000, so we encourage you to come on down and join us, as we will also have the Yotes game on, which is going to get underway here in just a few minutes at Madison Square Garden. And great news today as they came around, as it was a debacle on Friday. No one got to see it. So now here in Phoenix, you can watch it on 15.2 Phoenix, 61.1 Phoenix. Those are antenna. For cable or dish, it's Cox 6, KASW, CW 61, DirecTV 61, Orbital 11, Dish 61. So there you have it. And then, of course, it's in Flag, Sedona, Prescott, and Tucson. So good news that the Yotes were able to figure that out, because Friday was just horrible to be at a sports bar.
I agree.
And they couldn't get it because it was on DirecTV, and they didn't have a backup, and the NHL decided to black it out, which made no sense. Suns, Portland Trailblazers, 7 o'clock on AZ Family. But the big one is, of course, it's the Diamondbacks and the Phillies tonight on TBS, beginning at 5:07 first pitch. Hopefully you can come on down and join us here at the CAZ Sportsbook. What's on Tap brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing, which is available here at Casino, Arizona. Tavern Grill in Scottsdale. Also, Arena Sports Grill in Phoenix. Upper Crust, which is Cave Creek and the 101. And now at the BKD's Backyard Joint, which is at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler, they have the Roc and Manuch Amber now on tap. So try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager and Amber by Huss Brewing Company. Let's get to our Learner Row. One call, that's all. As here is Walker.
As far as what he means to this team, it's hard to put into words. He's, we count on him a lot. We rely on him, and I think he likes that. He wants that role.
It's well documented that this was where he grew up. The one thing that I know I can say about Zach Gallen is that he's good as anybody I've been around. It's slowing down the moment and not being too overexcited.
We're here to handle business. So it's not a vacation. It's not a time to come home and see everyone, until obviously my job's done, treating it like a business trip.
It's all three guys there, Christian Walker, Tori Lavello, and Zach Gallen, speaking about tonight's Game 1.
2
minutes. We'll be getting underway in just about an hour. Thanks to Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Let's get an update on our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day.
Which one of these four must the D-backs do to win the NLCS? Is it stay hot hitting, have a shutdown rotation, have a shutdown bullpen, that's what I voted, or all the above? Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Well, all the above at 69.2%, followed by have a shutdown bullpen at 15.4%, and stay hot hitting 15.4%. Hopefully the D-backs get at least one of the two before they come back home Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a 3-game series.
I went all of the above on that. They have to have a complete game if they are going to eliminate the Philadelphia Phillies. If they falter in just even one of those that you referenced, they most likely would lose the series.
What's the narrative tomorrow at 1 o'clock?
D-back Zach Gallen shuts down Phillies starting group.
Kyle Schwarber takes Gallen deep in the first inning. Rock called it.
Zach wins at home.
I get it.
I get it.
We'll see you tomorrow. Come on out and join us here at the CAZ Sportsbook and Sports Bar for tonight's 4 different games. It's going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate you listening today. We'll see you tomorrow.